Hey guys, good afternoon and welcome to another YouTube live with me. Just call it live conversation, anyways, because we're not just on YouTube. You're all welcome. My name is Glory Elijah. This is Frankly Speaking with Glory Elijah, and I'm the girl with the tea. And today's conversation is all about the new Big Brother season, the new Big Brother Naija season. I've been looking forward to having this conversation with all of you since Monday this week. I even put out a video on my channel on YouTube. If you haven't seen the video, please make sure to check it out after this live conversation, all right? And on that video, I was basically sharing my my expectations and the things I do not wish to see on this season of the show. And I told you all that today, when we have our conversation, I would love to hear from all of you. All right. So, on that video, that was me sharing. On this live conversation, I want to hear from all of you. Okay. So, frankly speaking, I do not really have a lot to share because I already shared most of the things I would want to say today on that video. So, as I said, make sure you check out that video. But I'm just going to do like a quick summary. All right. I'm going to do like a quick summary and also add one or two things I did not add on that video. But before I continue, I want to appreciate those of you on YouTube that were actually waiting for this live stream to start. You guys were waiting like, I think, 30 minutes before we even started. I'm deeply honored. Thank you all so much. And once again, you're all specially welcome. If you're just joining for the first time, you are welcome. All right. If you're just joining right now, you're welcome still. Just to inform you all how we do it on here, I'm just going to speak for a few minutes and then I would share the link to this conversation in the comment section for those of you that are on YouTube. Then, if you are joining us from Twitter or anywhere else, on Twitter, kindly send in a request and I will bring you on here to speak. All right. I just added someone, but you just hold on a bit. Let me just share a bit and then everybody will start talking. All right. And once again, quick reminder that the way we interact here, this is a very respectful space. We accept people's opinion. You come here, you share your opinion, and we understand that everybody has a different perspective. If you find somebody that you share a similar perspective with, then glory to God, right? But because we understand over here that we are all different and unique, everybody has their own different perspectives to things. Everybody has a right to their own opinion. So this is a safe space for sharing. All right. We do not come on here to fight and attack people. Instead, we attack the argument, we attack the conversation at hand. And personally, I believe that that is the best way to go to have a healthy environment for people to have conversations. And that is what we're all about here. Now, all of that said, once again, you are all specially welcome. Thank you all so much for joining. And yeah, we're just going to get right into it. So, yeah, finally, um, the much awaited Big Brother Naija season 9 is currently in the pipelines. It's going to be launching next week, Sunday, on the 28th of the month. All right, precisely next week, Sunday. Now, frankly speaking, I was quite surprised, when it was announced that, oh, the auditions are back. If you're interested, get right into it. I was also more amazed at the fact that the auditions for this season was not the same old type of auditions. It was a dual audition type of thing. And I kind of really liked it because that was some sort of idea that we had actually played around with during one of our live conversations. I remember some people that would come on here to share their opinion, wishing that we would have a season where partners will come into the house, already made partners will come into the house and they will play the game and we will see a lot of drama. And it seemed like a very great idea at the time. And seeing it about to come to play in this reality TV show, guys, I was quite excited about it. And quite frankly, I cannot wait to see how the season pans out. I actually saw a glimpse of the season or like a glimpse of an idea of what the season would look like during Big Brother Titans, where the housemates were paired because of their nationalities. So we had the Nigerians housemates paired up with the South African housemates and vice versa. And from that season, my favorite pairing was actually Kosi, Twala, and Miracle. The superstars of the season, in my personal opinion, so I saw something like that play out, and I've been looking forward to seeing something like that play out in an actual Big Brother Naija season, and it's about to happen. And I am really looking forward to seeing how it plays out, for the entire duration of the season. But I was more surprised that there's a new season of the show, because after the All Star season, the major question on everybody's mouth was, what next? Yeah, what next? Um, for those of us that are lovers of reality TV, we know that when there is an all-star season, it usually happens when um, the show is about to take a different turn for something bigger or something major. When there's an all-star season, before you know it, there's a celebrity edition, and then there's another one again. There's different. I mean, if you check out other Big Brother shows from other countries around the world, it comes in different forms. Even there's um, the challenge show, that one is the most twisted show ever. There's always something different happening once there's an all-star season. So when we had the all-star season last year, I became very curious. I was wondering, okay, what next? What do these people have in the pipelines for us? Are we going to have another season of the show, or is there something different that they are planning to bring to TV? But then the auditions was announced, and it was more like a continuation of the whole Big Brother Naija thing. I'm like, okay, fine, oh well and good. Let's see how it goes. So I thought it was going to be basic, but it's not looking like it's going to be basic at all. Beginning with the fact that housemates auditioned as a pair. I'm still quite curious as to how this is going to pan out. I asked a question on my video on if it is the pair that actually came in, auditions together, got into the house together, that will actually win the money together. Someone informed me that it was announced during their media briefing that it was going to be a one-person win. And I am looking forward to seeing how that's going to work out, because personally, I'm thinking, if I were to audition with someone for a TV show and we get into the house together and then we play the game, all the mind games, all the tricks and all the blah, 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 everything that happens. And then it turns out that, you know, the person I came in with won the money. I don't know. How am I going to feel? Am I going to like it? Am I going to be excited for the person? I don't know. I don't know, guys, but I guess we'll have to wait till the day of the launch show when, as usual, Ebuka is going to give us the breakdown of how the season will pan out. And then we will know for sure what exactly this whole duo idea, will be. Yeah, but overall, I'm kind of looking forward to the season, right? I'm kind of looking forward to the season. But as much as I'm looking forward to the season, my excitement is not complete. My excitement is not running over my cups yet. My excitement is sort of restricted. I'm sort of holding on to my excitement. I don't want to be too excited. I don't want to be too, oh my God, I don't want to be too anxious, but I can't help myself to wonder, like, okay, yeah, obviously a lot has gone into the organizing and preparations for this new season. But how is production going to handle this season? Yeah, how is production going to handle this season? And I speak about this, I ask this question bearing the trauma from um, the Big Brother and Zamzi season 4 that ended earlier this year, or that happened earlier this year. And for those of you that actually watched Big Brother and Zamzi season 4, you know what I mean. I Production was just a mess on that show. Production was a mess. Everything was a mess. It was the worst season ever. It was disgusting. It was irritating. It was, guys, a season that was supposed to be the best season ever, turned out to be the worst season ever. Felt like I really, really wasted my time just watching them dish out bullshit. It was rubbish on all level. It was just the worst season ever. The worst. As far as I'm concerned, they shouldn't have even wasted their money or wasted their time or wasted their resources. That season should never have happened. They could have just taken a break. Yeah. After Big Brother Titans, they could have just taken a break. They could have just told themselves that, okay, fine, we we don't know what to do next, because as far as I'm concerned, that entire season, all wrapped in its whole ridiculous 71 days, was a massive, massive promotion for one singular housemate. And I wasn't wrong. I am not saying that Big Brother Titans was bad. Big Brother Titans was great. How I can fix it. Okay, great. We're back. We're back. Great. Apologies about that for those of you on YouTube. I don't know what happened just now, but we're back. Anyways, so as I said, Big Brother Nzam's season 4 season was hectic. It was crazy. It was unnecessarily stressful. It was just rubbish. And I'm glad I wasn't the only person that saw it here. But still, the one thing I'm not really sure of is if the production team that produces the South African version of this Big Brother show are still the same set of people that produces the Nigerian version, right? And on the video I put out this week, I sent out a message to them that if it is the same set of people, they need to be very careful on what they plan to do this season. The Big Brother Naija All Star season, in my personal opinion, was one of the best season for me. Like one of the best season ever. Drama aside, the whole gameplay aside, but when it came to production, doing what needed to be done, at least 90% of the time, production really came through. They really came correct. And I give them their flowers for that. I give them their accolades. They really came correct. The Big Brother of that season was simply one of the best Big Brother ever. I'm talking about the person, or whether it was a group of people that put together the sense that the person used, or the person came with their own personal sense, or the person was constantly instructed on what to do, on how to handle the interpretation of the rule books. That person that was a Big Brother of that season was simply one of the best. Where the housemates were faltering, the Big Brother of that season would call them out. Where housemates were doing the right thing, they would get their deserved flowers. The Big Brother of that season was really a big brother in the essence of it, was really a big brother. And I really loved it. And aside that, the Big Brother of that season also came with his own tips and tricks, which made a lot of sense, which made the season really wholesome for me. Although, as much as I would say that the Big Brother of that season was actually really good, there were two scenarios where I felt he faltered. Yes, which kind of makes him better than the Big Brother. In fact, the entire production team of the Big Brother and Zam season 4 season, both the Big Brother or all of them, their head was not correct at all. I don't know whatever they were doing. They were just missing everything 100%. I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. In the case of Alex, the Big Brother of Big Brother Naija All Stars season did not do well. In terms of Sheyi Awolowo, in fact, from the beginning to when the guy was evicted, the Big Brother of that season did not do well. I think it was because a lot of people said a lot of things, dragged production and said a whole lot, made a fuss about it a lot. And then the Big Brother of that season decided to now finally address Sheyi's issue. So it felt like they were really fanning the embers of those people's madness in the house at the time. Yeah. But aside those two, situations, for me, production really did great during that season. But then I now watched BB in Zamzi season 4, and I became worried because, as I mentioned before, I have no idea if the production team are split or if it is the same set of people that actually produce the two shows. Anybody that has any idea about this, I would not mind some enlightenment. I would love for someone to, give me that information because I really want to know. Yeah. But majorly, I mean overall, majorly, Production is my concern because let's reference back to Big Brother and Zamzi season 4. We had amazing players. We had amazing housemates. We had very, very intelligent housemates. We had very intelligent set of people. We had pure gamers, amazing personalities. We had people that came 100% ready to interpret the theme of the season. I think it was Siamosha, yes, disruption and whatever that was, cause chaos, disruption. We had amazing gamers for the first time in a long while of watching and analyzing the Big Brother show. I saw a bunch of individuals that went into Big Brother's house with the mindset of gamers, that went in there standing on business, understanding that, hey, I came here to play for this money. I came here to fight for this money. I came here to win. I did not come to people's house to sing Kumbaya. I came here to win. And this bunch of individuals, they played the game, but no thanks to production. They completely ruined the chances of most of those individuals. It wasn't all the housemates that actually came with their best foot forward, but the selected few that came prepared to play the game, to give the viewers a show, production decided to mess it up completely, completely, 100%. They completely messed it up. For whatever reason best known to them, they messed it up. So it made me understand that it's actually possible because every season we have conversations like this, right? We have conversations like this and we talk about our expectations. Oh, we need housemates that are amazing. We need real gamers. We need housemates that are actually fantastic strategists. We need housemates that know how to play mind games. We need housemates that know how to entertain, housemates that know how to bring drama. You know, we lay out all of these pointers. We also even go as far as talking about the task, the challenges that the organizers would actually create to keep these housemates busy as well as competitive, for to secure their stay in the house and to eventually emerge the winner at the end of the season. We talk about all of these things that we actually want to see on the show, and more importantly, the entertainment part of the show. But then Big Brother and Zamdi season 4 just proved that you can have all of those things. You can actually have housemates that are up to par. You can actually have housemates that came prepared to give us a show. But then if production decides that they would mess up those people's game, they will mess up their game. If production decides that, nah, we don't want this one to win, this one will win, it could actually be possible because, hey, I'm not saying that's what happens on every Big Brother Naija show. No, I've not seen that happen as far as I'm concerned. But to see that baby in 1964, it was just, oh my God, it was horrible. I wish they could just wipe it out of the tracks of time so that we just know that it never really happened, you know. So with regards to this new season of Big Brother Naija, this Big Brother Naija season 9, my antennas are going to be greatly on production, personally. I mean, I keep my eyes closely on the housemates season in, season out. I'm pretty much interested in what they do, how they navigate their way around, the um, uh, just interacting with their fellow housemates, building alliances, um, creating connections, faking the whole romance, yeah, because we know that a lot of times they fake it. So faking the whole display of romance, faking the whole thing about I love you, and all the shipping bullshit that we get to see. We know that most of the time it's all fake, all scripted, most of the time, because we've actually heard conversations about how most of these housemates end up exposing everything via their conversations. They get so carried away, they forget themselves, and then they talk about, oh, we were actually instructed. Oh, I was instructed to date this one when we entered the house. Oh, I was instructed to date this one when we entered the house. So by now, we know that the whole shipping thing, it's a bullshit. It's all bullshit. We know that it's only 1% of the multitude of these housemates that actually genuinely find love, and the connection that they claim to have found in the house, you know. So we know that these things happen. Personally, I see all of these things. I look out for all of these things. I look out for the drama that emanates from all of those angles of how human beings actually live their lives in a confined space. I see all of these things. I enjoy it. But because of how People and Zamzi season 4 exposed how manipulative production can also be, you know, now I'm actually really looking out for production. This People and Naija season 9. It's not like I'm actually expecting them to do worse. No, as a matter of fact, because the people that actually produced Big Brother Nigeria All Stars, because they actually did a fantastic, okay, not fantastic, they did a great job, but not 100%, as I have mentioned before. Because they actually did a great job, I'm really looking forward to seeing them do 100%, this new season. Still having in mind that nobody is perfect, right? Sometimes you wish for the best, but you might not get the best, but you might get something close, right? So I'm really looking out for production this season. I want to see how they will allow the housemates play the game. I want to see how they will challenge the housemates. I want to see how they will challenge the housemates, but not influence the minds of the most gullible section of viewership. Because that was exactly what the production team of Bibi and Zamzi season 4 did. They worked so hard, as a matter of fact, harder than the devil, to ensure that they influenced the minds, the thoughts, the decision, and the perception of the viewing audience towards the entire house, but especially towards one particular housemate. For those of you that did not watch that season, I'll give you some examples of what production of that season did. First thing they did that was an absolute mess up, in my opinion, was not sticking to the interpretation of the so-called rule book that they had for the season. A rule book says XYZ, violence against your fellow housemate, blah, 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 blah. A housemate did something, was disqualified. Another housemate did something. Normally, that person should be disqualified. But guess what? They kept the person. The offense the person committed should have warranted a proper disqualification. Or if they want to be lenient, at least 2 strikes. But guess what? The person got away with it, got 1 strike and a punishment. And then when it was time for the person to actually execute their punishment, right? The camera would stay long on that person's face, and show where the person is lamenting. And then the big brother of the house will consistently call the person to the diary room, like, if you understand how mind game works, you would have seen how the production team of that show, that season, they completely manipulated everything. And they were kind of successful because when it comes to reality TV shows like Big Brother, there are those people that actually watch the show their with an open mind, right? With an open mind. There are people that actually watch the show calculatively and even enjoy the show in the process. But there are also those set of people that don't even understand jack about the show. There are those people that they're just very emotional, right? I mean, we're all emotional beings, but there are some people that their emotions run higher than others. So there are those people that actually just what they want to see is what they want to see, you know. So they succeeded in really twisting the minds of a lot of the viewers. And the whole thing was just so chaotic. So personally, I actually have hope for this new season of Big Brother. I have hope. I've seen how Big Brother Naija All Stars, worked out really well, made a lot of sense. I enjoyed that season thoroughly. I enjoyed it. And I'm really looking forward to the same thing or even better for this new season. I'm looking forward to better. All right. So yeah. My expectations are actually a lot. I think in the course of my talking, I actually mentioned a few. I want to see housemates that are going to be standing on business. I want to see housemates that are skilled in playing this game because, hey, at this point in time, I think it would be a life on a bit of hell for anybody that makes it into the Big Brother house this season to come and say, probably during their diary session or maybe during their interaction with their fellow housemates, to say that they've never watched the Big Brother show or they've never heard of the show or they had no idea what happens on the show. Or I think it's going to be, listen, if you hear that this season, that's a life on a pit of hell. But it could also pass as, probably that particular housemate trying to play mind games with their fellow housemate. But it will be inexcusable if such a person goes into the diary room and you're actually talking to us, the viewers, not necessarily Big Brother alone. And then you go and start saying, oh, you've never watched a Big Brother show. You don't even know what happens on Big Brother. Seriously. If you don't know what happens on a Big Brother show, then the fact that you are even agreeing to partner with someone to go into the house to play the game, then you're a bloody liar, But why am I going along this route? What I mean is, by now, anybody, you agree with me that anybody that auditions to be on a Big Brother show at least has an idea that they are walking into a social experiment. They at least have an idea that they are going in there not to just eat, sleep, and wake up. They are going in there to play games, to be very, very competitive. Mind games, strategic games, calculative games, intellectual games, emotional games, but not the disgusting, consistent sexual content that we always see. No, I'm actually talking about sensible games, even the ones that don't make sense too, sometimes, but not the one that requires them to be always, just dishing out sexual content all the time. It gets boring. We're not sex starved, you know? So expectations, I'm actually looking forward to people that know what they are going into Big Brother's house to do. I'm not looking forward to seeing those people that will come and say, I'm just here to have fun. Fuck you. If you want to go into Big Brother's house to just have fun, please go travel for this summer vacation. Just travel, take a trip, get out of our faces. I know that the housemates, they can't hear me right now, but I'm just saying that these are my expectations. I'm not expecting to see somebody that will come and tell us that I'm just going there to have fun. If you tell your fellow housemates you're going to have fun, well, it's fine, because in a way you are playing mind games with them, right? Or you're attempting to play mind games, because I don't think any of those housemates would actually believe that somebody is coming into the house where there is 100 million naira to be won and other prizes to be won. You're coming there to just have fun. I don't think any of those housemates at this point in time, in this year 2024, will buy that bullshit. That's a lie. Yeah. But if you're not coming to the diary room where you are supposed to have a frank, honest conversation with us, the viewers, in other words, you're trying to invest in our emotional banks so that we see you as a worthy gamer to keep you in the house via our votes, nah, you need to be checked. So I'm looking forward to seeing housemates that are very intentional with the games that they play. Not to be overly calculative, though, because sometimes, a housemate is overly calculative, and then at the end of the day, the game plays them instead of them playing the game. We've actually seen that happen a lot of times. There are people that go in there thinking they know it all, but then they get into the house and they are kicked out in the very first few weeks of the season. And I always find it quite hilarious when that happens, And as I said, I'm looking forward to seeing housemates that are very intentional. Now, there are housemates that know already what works with the viewers, right? There are housemates that know that some of the housemates that have the biggest fan base for every season, there are those ones that are ready and willing to play mommy and daddy games. By mommy and daddy games, you know what I mean, right? Those ones that are ready to jump into a ridiculous fake ship, those ones that are ready to do mommy and daddy things a lot. Because there are those people that are actually sex starved and they are looking forward to reliving their fantasies via some of these housemates. So there are some people that would go into Big Brother's house ready to play that game just to win the game of popularity. that popularity contest that comes with every season of Big Brother. Well, I mean, no qualms about it, but when it becomes excessive, it becomes boring and disgusting. So I'm looking forward to seeing intentional housemates. I'm looking forward to seeing, strategic housemates. I will always remember the likes of tools from another Bbnaija this season. Even Big Brother Naija season, there was Ike. Oh my God, Ike has been my recent favorite individual ever to have ever participated in a Big Brother show. you know. I will never forget Ike's diary sessions when he would go into the diary room and Big Brother would ask him about his strategy, and this guy would lay it bare. He would tell Big Brother about his strategies, what he intends to do to and with each and every single one of the housemates. And the joy of having housemates like that, it shows their intentionality, it shows their intellectual prowess, it shows their calculating spirit, it shows that they are skilled strategists. And you see, most of the time Ike's strategies worked a lot, but then sadly I think he went too far, with some of his games, and he ended up being detrimental to his stay in the house, sadly. But if you had asked me, one of those people that I really looked forward to seeing in a top five situation, doing Big Brother Nigeria All Stars, Ike was one of those people. Yeah, Miracle Stanley, it backfired. But if there was one thing I really enjoyed about Ike's game, it was his ability to sit down, calculate, and then come into the diary room and he would tell Big Brother his plans. And mind you guys, when these housemates have their diary session, I hope you know that they are not just communicating with an unseen person. They're actually having conversations with you, the viewers as well. They are telling you things, feeding you with information so that you are fully aware of their intentions in the house, of their plans, their strategies, their gameplay, you know. So I thoroughly enjoyed Ike's game. I enjoyed how Ike carried us along. It felt like I was going on a journey with Ike. I enjoyed every single moment of Ike's diary session. Yes. Ike, Kidwire as well. Thank you so much. What's his name? Jason. Kidwire was another person that I thoroughly enjoyed. And I was quite shocked that I actually enjoyed Kidwire's style, during the All-Star season. During the lockdown season, I did not particularly enjoy his season. He was one of those housemates that was unnecessarily feeding us with too much sexual content, and it became disgusting for me personally. But watching the way he was very intentional about playing an actual game, like a proper strategic game during the All-Star season, I said, nah, this guy has grown. And I loved it. I loved it. I looked forward to seeing his diary sessions as well, just as much as I enjoyed Ike's diary session. That was also Pere, the way these people would just chill. And the good thing was they allowed them to conspire. Conspiracy was allowed. So he's also enabled these housemates to get into their gaming and strategizing elements. It also gave us, the viewers, the avenue to see how these people can actually play the game. It helped us to see the worthy players, you know. So I thoroughly enjoyed the All-Star season. And I'm actually looking forward to seeing maybe something similar or even better in this new season. Yes. I heard that the head of house title has been wiped off. That's head of house games wiped off. I don't know how true that is, but if that is true, very interesting because I would love to see how Big Brother would want the house to be led. Yeah, I mean, that would be very interesting. I would love to see how the housemates would have conversations about their wager because we know that that is the beginning of all the drama for every season. Not the actual beginning. Some people carry beef right from the very first night, where they have to pick their beds and rooms. Some people already have beef from that day, or probably outside beef, But when we talk about when people begin to target people, when people begin to look at people and say, nah, I'm going to eliminate you from this game, I think most of the time it begins during their their discussion when they receive their brief for their wager task for the week. That is when people that want to show off will talk. That is when people that want to intimidate their fellow housemates will talk. That is when those silent observers, they will chill and they will watch. I'm like, okay, this one is the brainiac of the house. This one is the sabi and busybody of the house. This one is the overly forward person. This one is the dummy of the house. It's always very interesting because you are a spectator in the grand scheme of things. So you are watching how these people are doing what us as humans actually do in life, in real life, in reality. You're just watching them, right? So I'm really looking forward to all of that. I'm looking forward to all of that. Um, I'm also looking forward to nominations. I don't know how nominations is going to go with this new season. If it's going to go according to how it went during Big Brother Titans, I think it's going to be very interesting, right? I think during Big Brother Titans, these people, housemates that were paired, they would have conversations and they would decide the people they want to nominate, put up for possible eviction for the week. And then one of them, or is it two of them? Can't remember at this point. They'll go into the diary room and they would announce their nomination choices. I find it interesting. You see that process of them deliberating. I always found it very interesting because that is also when you will know the housemates that nominate emotionally or strategically. And time again, season in, season out, you will agree with me that when it comes to the process of nomination, most Big Brother housemates, Big Brother Nigeria, Big Brother South Africa, or whichever type of Big Brother, most of them they nominate emotionally, which, in my personal opinion, is very pathetic. And you see, sometimes it works out in their favor. Sometimes those housemates that actually nominate, what's it called? Those housemates that actually nominate emotionally, sometimes it works out in their favor. And so they begin to think that, oh, I actually did the right thing. And the next week, you will see them go back again. They will go and nominate again emotionally. It gets boring. But you know what's the most boring part of the whole nomination process? It's when they consistently go into the diary room to nominate. The one thing I really loved and appreciated about the Big Brother and Zambia season 4 season was the public nominations. Oh my God. You see these housemates coming with guns blazing, and they are looking at their fellow housemates in the face and they're saying, nigga, fuck you. I don't like you. I want you out of this house. And so I'm nominating you. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the one thing I really loved about that useless Big Brother and Zambia season 4. If there was one thing I took away from that season, it was that. Maybe there were maybe some other things, but I see that open nomination, public nomination. Because you see, housemates, most housemates, all in the guise of being strategic, they are cowards. They are cowards. They go into the diary room, the things that they cannot say to the face of their fellow housemate, they go and say it in the diary room. Sometimes you can also look at it from a strategic point of view, like, it's like dining with the devil, or maybe you're dining, okay, sleeping with the enemy. You're sleeping with your enemy. Both of you would do pillow talks at night. You would have breakfast together in the morning. You shower together during shower hour. You have best times, in the open. But then when it's time for nomination, you will see one of the persons in the diary room say, oh my God, I hate this person's guts so much. I don't like this person. I hate this person. And the worst person out of the house. It's also thrilling, to see things like that. But sometimes we want to see the violence, like we want to see the mental violence. You want to see that's anger. You want to see that provocation. In terms of nomination, now you want to see that provocation. When you look at somebody, you look at them and say, I don't like you. I just want you out. And when they say, what's your reason? People will always ask, um, pick 2 people you want to nominate or 3 people, however way, and give your reasons for nominating the person. I just look at the person and be like, well, no reason. You're loud, you're noisy, you're irritating to look at. I just want you out of the house. Come on. Who does not like that kind of nomination? See, ladies and gentlemen, if there's one thing I am really looking forward to seeing in this new Big Brother season. It's gonna be that type of nomination if they would do it. If they would do it, oh my god, woo, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome because, frankly speaking, the fun of it, if you're looking for actual entertainment, the real entertainment begins not even during the process of the nomination when they are looking at each other and firing each other back to back. No, the real entertainment begins after the nomination process. Because here you are, in all of your pride, you have just told somebody to their face during nomination that, well, for whatever reason, I am putting you up for eviction. So the question is, how are they going to relate afterwards? I would love to see that. You see that power dynamics. You want to see how these housemates get uncomfortable around each other, how for the dead devils in the house, how they now decide to say, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to navigate my way around this challenge. After all, it's a game. We're in this house to play games. We're in this house to fight for something. So hey, you nominated me. I'm not offended. I nominated somebody as well. So hey, F it. I want to see how they will navigate their way around such an interesting time. And you know what? I noticed that in Big Brother and Zamzi, Big Brother and Zamzi season 4, it made a lot of people so uncomfortable. It set the house on fire. They were literally struggling through preparing for their weekly wager task. Why? Because grudges were rebirthed. People that had grudges before they settled it, they realized that, oh my God, you're still my enemy. More grudges arose. People were just beefing each other, confusion, and then food fights. Everything was mad. If you're looking for entertainment, ladies and gentlemen, that is entertainment. Entertainment is not only when your faves are kissing and smooching and doing bullshit beneath the duvet. Please, can we kill that mindset? I mean, I love love. Don't get me wrong. I love love. I enjoy when two people decide that, okay, for the sake of the shippers, most people that are kind of miserable and they just want to fantasize about two people loving each other in a social experiment, just give them a show. Let's give them what they like. I mean, I don't have issues about that. But then when it becomes excessive, every night the duvet will be shifting, shifting, shifting. I'm sorry, I do not think that is entertainment. I don't think that's entertainment. I think that's a mediocre gameplay to some extent. So if you say you are doing what you're doing to actually destabilize somebody else's game, okay, I'll give you a scenario now. For instance, a girl decides that, okay, that's a female housemate, decides that, okay, she's going to play mind games with a guy that is really into her, right? By messing up with that guy's mind, destabilizing that guy, by doing something beneath the sheets with another guy that is playing a contest of egos with the guy that likes her. I would see that as a very strategic gameplay and I will applaud it and I will like it because, hey, who doesn't like drama? I want to see how they settle their beef, right? I want to see if the guy that has been slighted is going to go and fight the other guy, or if he's going to liaise with that guy to say, okay, let's deal with this girl. Or if the guy is going to say, okay, fine, you are now a public property, Abby, fine, whatever, mess up with that guy, I'm going to mess up with you as well. So everybody's going to be eating from the national cake. I want to see if that kind of gameplay is going to happen. And ladies and gentlemen, it's nothing new under the sun. This is what happens in real life. We see a female to timing. We see a guy, joining the bandwagon to have fun with a particular female that has decided to mess with another guy. So things like that, right? So if I see a gameplay like that, I don't have issues with it. But where we now have a sheep in the house, every time, my wife, baby, my darling, my sweetheart, they now go and do breakfast together. They do lunch together. They do dinner together. When it's time, everybody gather in the lounge. They are now cuddling inside on the sofa. When it's time to go and shower, they go and shower together. And then when it's time to sleep, they now sleep together. And then when it's time to do, they now do everything together. Man, F you all. If that is what you call entertainment, please destroy it, burn it, throw it away, throw it in the bin. It's disgusting. Like, what is that about? Are you trying to teach us how to be in a relationship? I don't understand. You sleep, you eat, you wake up, you eat, you sleep, you wake up, people will now do and code today. Now wear the same clothes together and now come out. And then they now know you as, okay, you are the boyfriend of this girl. Oh, you are the girlfriend of this girl. Oh. Listen, this season, any relationship in Big Brother's house that is not strategic. Ah, we shall see. We shall see. Mabajo, I am sick of ships. I've always said it. I have nothing against ships. I want to see ships, but I want to see strategic ships. Papa Ghost and Lerato, those two people from Big Brother and Zamzi season 4, they will forever have my respect. When you talk about a power couple, that was the true definition of a power couple. Apologies for consistently, going back and referring to Big Brother and Zamzi season 4. As I mentioned at the start of this conversation, there were amazing players that came standing on business, but production messed it all up, right? Yes, and I will never forgive that production people for what they did. That was really annoying. You see, Papa Ghost and Lerato, they were the power couple of the season. These two people were not doing your usual couple nonsense that they'll wake up and they will kiss and they will do this, they will shower together. Nonsense. They were not doing that nonsense. These people will sit down, have conversations, and they will strategize on how to deal with the whole house. And they were doing it. They were doing it. When it was time to show mercy, they showed mercy. When it was time to play the game, they were playing the game. To the point that production had no choice but to use both of them to create a twist. Yes, that was how good they were. That was how fantastic those two people were. For the first time in my life, listen, I was supporting a ship wholeheartedly, not delusionally. Now there's a difference. There's a way people support ships in this part of the world, and it's just very disgusting. I wasn't doing that kind of supporting. I was supporting these people because they were, oh my God, these people were so intelligent. When they sit down to have conversations, these people are so intelligent. Yay! People were scared of them in the house. People were scared of them. Why? Because they complemented each other. One was the tyrant, like he put it upon himself, self-imposed tyrant. He would stand up, he would talk. He wasn't shutting people down, he wasn't belittling people, but when somebody is so confident and revels in his ego, in his superiority, and people were just intimidated because they wanted to be intimidated. That was that personality. And then the girlfriend, Lerato, what was she doing? The silent killer. The one that wants to use emotional intelligence to kill you. That was her game. Oh my God, I miss those people on my screen. That's the kind of ship I'm looking forward to this season. I know the housemates are not hearing me right now. Well and good. Before they went to audition, I'm sure they already knew what they wanted to do in Big Brother's house. I'm just saying that these are the kind of things I would love to see. Yeah. So I would love to see strategists. I would love to see people that are there to play the game. If I hear anybody that comes to tell us a sorry tale about how they suffered in life, I don't know. God help me to not be too mad. Because, hey, at the end of the day, it's okay for people to tell their stories. It's okay for people to share their stories. It's okay for people to, seek public sympathy. But the reason I do not like the public sympathy, all those tall tales about how I suffered, how they did not eat food for many days and many nights, how they fasted for long because they were hungry, and how they had been looking for a job. It's because in this part of the world, right, there's a section of people that actually watch Big Brother emotionally, like extremely emotionally. And they don't know when people are actually using their brain. Like, they don't know when somebody is actually manipulating them. Let me put it that way. They will watch a housemate now talk about, I suffered. I went here, the world turned against me. I went there, the world turned against me. And you now be seeing them doing, oh, ah, oh. Lord have mercy. It gets boring. Everybody has a story to tell, you know? Everybody has a story to tell. But if that is the only strategy a housemate has, you come into the house and you want to kill us with your pathetic life story. I'm sorry. I am hard now. Like when I say hard, my defenses are up, always been up. And I am one of those people that will come out and say, that's bullshit. And people are going to come for it. People are going to call me wicked. People are going to say I'm heartless. People are going to say I'm this and that. Well, it's fine. For the sake of the game, I'm going to wear it as a badge of honor that I am heartless. Because we've seen time and time again how when the show ends, you now go and be seeing, like you'll be following people on social media, you now realize that, they were not poor before. They actually had people that, because, ladies and gentlemen, can we have an honest moment to reason this thing? People audition to come into people's house, yeah? And when they are coming into the house, they have a massive box filled with new clothes, new shoes, some that are very strategic. They will come with some dead old sneaker, that is dead, that is tattered, that is looking like it's useless. I'm sorry, during Bbnaija Titans, there was a particular housemate that actually did it. And it was very sad that that housemate had a condition, the housemate was different. And so I could not really place emphasis on that because people were already saying, Glory, you're heartless, you're this, you're that. And I said, okay, fine, let me just keep quiet. But I'm sorry, this season, I'm not going to keep quiet. Yeah, I won't. Because that particular housemate wore those sneakers for almost every Saturday night party. People now started pitying the housemate. They now started saying, now, wow, this brand should give this person a new pair of sneakers now. They gave the housemates new pair of sneakers by virtue of the different tasks they were doing. But when it comes to that particular occasion for party or maybe Sunday eviction, that particular housemate will wear the dead sneakers that they came into the house with. Why? And you did not sit down for one moment to reason it that, this person is actually trying to play some emotional blackmail card with, the viewers that would actually buy that kind of story. And trust me, that housemate also came with, anyways, scratch that topic. If I get into people are going to say I'm heartless, but hey, it is what it is, right? Rickson, don't put words in my mouth. But ladies and gentlemen, you know what I mean. So I'm saying any strategy is welcome this new season, right? Any strategy is welcome. Old strategy, I know that for sure. We're going to have the loud one. We're going to have the loud housemate, the one that will come and make noise and whatnot. But can we see a twist with it? If you're going to copy a character that was presented to us in the previous season, I would love to see a housemate that would come and give a twist to that character. At this point, I'm going to stop talking right now because I really want to hear from all of you. So if you are on Twitter, please send in a request to join the conversation. If you are on YouTube, kindly click the link in the comment section to speak, all right? I would love to hear from everybody. And guys, another reminder to all of us, hey, over here, we respect people's opinion, all right? And that is because we understand that every individual has their own perspective to things, okay? So as you're coming here to share, attack the conversation, do not attack the person sharing their opinion, all right? Okay, we're going to begin with Olori on Twitter. Olori on Twitter. Hello, good afternoon, Olori. Hello. Oh, okay. We also have Dave on Twitter. Olori, you are a speaker. Please go ahead and share your opinion. Olori, you have to unmute yourself. Okay, I think Olori has network issues. For those of you on YouTube, okay, we have Charlotte Ned. Hello, Charlotte. Hi.
Hello, Glory. How are
Hi.
you?
I'm great. I'm doing good. Thank you so much. How are you?
I'm very good. How are you too?
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
Fine. Okay.
All right.
So I just want to say that this season I would give no tolerance to ships. There should be
With you.
zero ships. Zero ships. No, nothing called ship. Not even a canoe. We don't want it. We
I
don't.
am matched with you.
I'm actually calling from Ghana, and I just want to tell all the Nigerians we don't want any ships. Please, we are tired. And even if there's a possibility for a ship, we want a ship that is greater or equal to Papa and Mama Ghost ship. We don't
Mm-hmm.
want anything less than that. We want
Mm-hmm.
intelligent strategies. I'm actually expecting the likes of Ike
Yes.
mixed with a little bit of pere.
Yeah.
Yes, I want people with, in quotes, evil manipulations. I want things to happen. Other than
Yeah.
that, I'm not going to subscribe. I'll just sit home. So, but I've missed you. I've missed speaking with you. I think the last time I had a chat with you was during the BB Titans. That was the time I
Oh,
spoke
okay.
with you. Yes.
Wow.
And I really
That's
love you
amazing.
all the way from Ghana. I was the one who told you that I would host you when you come to Ghana. So
Ah!
I'm still gathering money. One of these days I would invite you and host you. I really want you to be in Ghana and experience Ghana.
No problem.
All
It's a
right.
date for us. Thank you so
All right.
much, Sean.
Thank you
Thank you
too. Bye
so much.
bye.
Bye. Thank you so much. All right, let's speak with Milali. Hello. Hello. You have to unmute your mic. Ah, is Milali there? Milali, can you hear me? I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
Hi, Chloe.
Hi.
Can you?
I can hear you. Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. And how are you?
I'm doing good. You're welcome. It's been a while.
Yes, it's been a while. So the new season that's coming
I can't
up.
hear you. I can't hear you. Can you project more, please?
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, this is better. This is better. Please
Oh,
proceed.
okay. Cool. So for the new season that's coming up, obviously it's gonna be in pairs, and there are quite a lot of expectations. The pairing system did work quite well in BB Titans, with the whole nationality, and it added
Hmm.
a different dynamic to um, the actual game. But
Yes.
now I just feel like, in terms of the strategies that people are going to use, I hope majority of the housemates are going to be fans of the show. So that means that when you're going into the house to play, I hope that they will be playing like how they would enjoy watching the show. So if you are someone
Hmm.
who enjoys watching um, mind games being played, go into the house and play like that. And
Hmm.
I really do hope that there is actually a big rivalry this season between two big players.
Hmm.
I know that in Pepperdam Gang we had Tacha and Mercy.
Yeah.
In Shiny Eye we had White Money and Paris. So I wish that there can be another rivalry that's gonna go down in like Bbnaija history books, that every time
Hmm.
someone refers to nine, they always talk about that particular rivalry that happened. I
Yeah.
also hope that, like with shipping, I'm kind of 50-50 on it, because there have been instances where shipping has like actually worked and carried the show with, for example, Lerato and Papa Ghost. Um,
Mm-hmm.
what Kosi did with Yemi, and BB Titans in the whole triangle. It actually did keep the show going, and it was actually quite entertaining. I know
Mm,
that sometimes shipping can also be the downfall of some players, but we've seen that in terms of, I think it's mainly more towards women because I think it was Erica's downfall in Level Up,
mm,
and not Level Up Lockdown, and then it was also
mm,
Beauty's downfall in Level Up. So I think that ships can work, but then at the same time, there's that thing of overdoing it where the viewers now are like
mhm.
playing for a certain group
Yeah,
of viewers, which can then also end up making people not really like the season.
yeah,
I just hope that with production, I hope production trusts the housemates to actually deliver the show because I think that was the main issue with season four, Beam Sons. I don't think they trusted the housemates enough for them to deliver the show. Hence
true,
why they interfered a lot. So I think,
true.
yeah, I wish they could because remember what Big Brother did in Bbnaija lockdown, where I think he kind of like let them do
Mm,
whatever they wanted to do, and the season ended up being
yeah,
chaotic and entertaining at the same time. So
yes.
I'm hoping for that type of approach when it comes to how the season is played. I hope there is
Mm,
conspiracy. I think Big Brother will allow conspiracy. If you're going to be playing in pairs, surely you should be able to talk with your partner about who
mm,
to nominate.
yeah,
Hope there is conspiracy. I hope there is face-to-face um, nominations, and I also hope that there is certain interesting twists in the game that is going to throw the housemates off a bit this
yes,
season. Um,
yes.
and then in terms of it's gonna be it's gonna be interesting because I wonder how our fan base is going to react in a season like this where people walk in as pairs and now
Mm,
surely there's going to be a reshuffling of housemates at some point. I don't think it would be possible to have a pair right until the end of the game. I think that might
mm,
be a twist where maybe week five, Big Brother says, okay, we are reshuffling. So now I wonder what's
mm,
going to happen when the person that you entered the house with, we are now no longer with there. I wonder what's actually going to happen with the fan bases there because
mm.
I know that Bbnaija fan bases can be quite hectic in terms of the way they stand the housemates. So yeah, that's just going to be very interesting to see there. And
Yeah.
yeah, that's basically what I'm looking forward to this season. Yeah.
Nice. Thank you so much, Milali. I mean, I'm totally with you on the reshuffling. Honestly, that one is gonna be it's gonna be epic, you know. Like imagine a duo that has had all these strategies on ground on how they're gonna play the game and get to the finals, and then boom, their plans are cut short because of a twist from Big Brother. That would be great, you know, because it's going to be a huge test on the strategic skill, you know, of these housemates to see how they can easily adjust to such a situation in the house. I would love to see that. Yeah, thank you so much. I hope you are listening. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Yes, Chloe. Thanks.
All
Bye.
right. Bye. Okay, let's speak with P. Ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are, if you are on Twitter, please send in a request to speak if you want to speak. If you are on YouTube, please go ahead, click the link in the comment section. I'll bring you on stage so you can share your opinions as well. All right. Hello, P.
Hi, hi, Glory.
Hi. How are you?
Oh, I thought the person that was after me, or I was gonna say maybe they should go first. Oh, but
Oh,
now
I
they've
think this
disappeared.
is
That's what I was gonna say. Today I'm feeling very kind of generous. I want them to go first, but it's
I think
fine.
they had a network issue, but you can go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yes. Oh, Glory, you finished these contestants and Big Brother. The
Sis?
we not sex starved, and the poor storyline cracked me up, and I agree
Oh,
with you totally.
my dear, we're not. They make it look like we're lacking some sexual adventures in our lives. We're
Yeah,
not.
people that need that, they know what to do, and there is always
Exactly.
PORN that people can J off to. So please, miss us with that. Miss us with all the nonsense and rubbish. So yeah, I agree with you. Everything you said in your last video. Oh, you're frozen, I think. Uh-oh. I think you're frozen. Oh, I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I
Guys.
think she's frozen.
Okay, I'm back. I'm back.
Okay,
Sorry,
great.
it's some network
Okay,
connection. Yeah.
okay. Yeah, that's fine. Because I'm like, should I wait? That's never happened before.
No, please carry on. Don't mind my network. So sorry for
No,
that.
it's fine. So yeah, I'm like, I agree with you. Everything you said in your last video and what you said earlier in this video makes sense. And because you're the Big Brother expert, you are. You are. You said everything. I'm like, what's left for us to say? Then I saw this comment on the screen. I'm like, great, at least that's a new one. So what I
Yeah.
want to see from contestants actually, I want them to behave and carry themselves with dignity, respect, self-love, and self-respect. Is it frozen again? I think it's frozen again.
Connection. It's not even funny at this point.
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh,
I'm
yes.
I'm
Hello.
oh
Can
my
you hear?
god. I'm
Can
here.
you?
Guys, my sincere apologies. Please just continue. I don't know what's happening with my connection today.
Oh, it's so bad. Sorry about that.
Yeah, thank
So
you.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, yeah. So I said I agree with you. Everything you said in your last video and what you said earlier in this video
Yes.
makes sense. And because you are the Big Brother expert, so yeah, I want to see contestants actually behave and carry themselves with dignity, respect, self-love, and self-respect.
Mm,
So I want to see intelligent people. You've said that. The other person also said that. Someone else spoke earlier. That is very important. And I want to see
mm,
them entertain us and people that will play the game very well. And for them to
mm,
also treat each other or other contestants with dignity and respect, even though it is a competition.
mm.
So for me personally, I don't want to see people fighting over who cooks and over food. I hate it. No, I don't like those two things. I don't want to see contestants acting like they've never seen the opposite sex before. I don't want to see them, especially ladies, funny and fighting over men like they've never seen a man before in their lives. I've been seeing these comments and I've heard people say this for a couple of years now that it's hard to get and attract men abroad. I think some people have actually mentioned that before, saying that some contestants come from abroad, especially the women come from abroad or that have lived abroad before, that, oh, men don't really send women abroad like that. So, like, men are
Seriously.
still abroad. You've not heard it. People have said it on your live before. I just want to bring this with from a good place. I want to say this from a good place. Maybe you forgot. I've heard people say that, and people have left comments saying that as well. So yeah,
Wow.
yeah, people have been saying that it's hard to get and attract men abroad. I want to say that, in my opinion, and from my experience and knowledge, that that's not true. Women can attract men anywhere they are in the world. I'm not going to keep this, so let me share. If you want me to speak only on about how to attract men in Nigeria, I can do that. Or how to attract men in the UK or US, I can also do that. If anyone doubts or disagrees with me or what I'm about to say, then women just try this for 3 months. Right now, let me speak on it in general. Essentially, all women have to do is change how they dress. Wear dresses and skirts as much as possible. Wide leg jeans and trousers are also okay. However, you will attract the most while wearing dresses and skirts. Everyone will
Hmm.
respect you also. What I've observed is that when women wear trousers, women become invisible to men, and men don't see women as women anymore. When you wear
Hmm.
dresses and skirts, let it be a bit loose, not too tight. It should be your exact size or a little bit loose on your body. Only wear tight dresses or bodycon dresses and tight skirts when you are going on a
Wow.
date. The length should be from just a little bit above your knee to midi dresses and to maxi dresses. Colors to wear: wear pink, light or baby blue, red, white, cream, green, and other bright colors. Always wear short tights underneath the dresses and skirts just in case it gets windy. When the wind blows, you won't be too bothered because even if the wind lifts up your skirt or dress, it's only your tight that will show, which is kind of sexy. For example, most women who play professional tennis do this. Women can wear any color they like. However, most men don't really like women wearing black, navy, and dark colors. Wearing drop earrings in Nigeria, they also call it dangling earrings. You can do that. Wear necklaces, bracelets. If you don't want to do your hair, wear bucket hats instead. Don't wear sleeping caps or hat or hair nets to go out. Put
Hmm.
on makeup if you like and when you can. It attracts more men, especially the no makeup look. If you don't want to apply makeup, then apply only bright color lipstick like pink or colored lip gloss before going out with your bare face. Location is also
You
important.
know what? You know what, Pia? I mean,
Yeah,
these things you're listening. These are very interesting things, and I think we need to have like a proper conversation for this because these are very vital information you're
yeah,
sharing. The thing
yeah,
you said earlier, that people actually commented that women find it difficult to attract men abroad. That's why they come back to
yeah,
the
yeah.
it's actually very interesting to me. I think this is the first time I'm actually hearing that.
Really? That means
Yeah.
maybe you don't remember because you have to do a lot and juggle a lot when you're doing your live. But I've heard
Yeah.
people say even your live. I've heard
Wow.
people say
Okay.
it on it. So yeah,
Someone commented that it's probably in reference to T badge, that's Tolani badge. I think it was when there was that was during the All-Star season, the whole situation with Neil and
yeah,
everybody, yeah, that Tolani was fighting almost everybody that gets close to Neil. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, okay, okay. All right. No problem. We definitely need a separate date for this particular conversation because this is very interesting to me.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That's fine. So
Hmm.
I just want to say I agree with everything that you said. The food fighting, that's my own thing that I don't want to see. And who's gonna cook? That strategy has been overused. And
Yeah.
yeah, so those are my
Okay.
things. But yeah, for and then the sex staff thing is what actually when you mentioned that what was actually what reminded me of what someone said in your life and what people were saying about women abroad don't really get attention or
Yeah.
attraction from men. So yeah, so that I was like, let me just say those things. That's all.
Thank you
You can
so
ask me
much.
any question if you want, but if not, that's all I have to say.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so. Okay. Let me ask you this question. I was going to leave it till the show begins, but let me ask you. So, in terms of the food fight,
Yeah,
do you think do you think it's a natural thing, like it's something that happens, it's an organic situation, like when you are living with a stranger and they obviously have a different way of doing things in the kitchen.
mm,
For instance, now someone like me, I am very very selective of the kind of food I eat. There are certain
mm.
things I don't want to see in my food, i.e. I don't eat onions. Okay, I eat
Ah,
onions,
I knew
but
you were going to say that.
yeah, I don't want to see onions in my food. If I have to eat it, there are other ways I would prefer to eat onions. So if I were to be
Yeah,
in Big Brother's house, I cannot eat someone's food. Like when someone slices tomatoes and onions, you know how they slice it and they pack it inside the food like it's actually meat. I cannot eat that kind of food. In fact, if I were to be in Big Brother's house, I'm going to have feeding issues and I might take a voluntary exit because I'm very selective of food and I might
yeah,
likely fight with someone that has that information about me and deliberately cooks the food the way I don't like it. So do
yeah.
you think these things are actually avoidable or they are inevitable in Big Brother's
I
house?
think I think both, because for me personally, okay, in your case, if I want to cook for somebody like you,
Hmm.
naturally I dice my onions into tiny cubes. Can you eat that?
No,
I'm not into this. You can't eat onion at all.
I can't eat the tiny cube. I don't want to see it. That's my problem.
No,
It
if
irritates
you
me.
no, the thing is that you can see red onion if you even if you dice it. But when you dice white onions, you can't see it at all. I have an ex, my ex fiance hated onion. He hated onion
Yeah.
and he described it the way you describe it as well. Do you know what happened? When I cook, you can't see the onion. You will never see the onion. But I use onion. Is that I don't know how it disappears in my food, but it
If
does.
I chew it, I will throw up. That's how bad my own situation is.
No,
If I even
yes,
take,
okay,
if
that's
I
fine.
chew it,
No, I'm telling you, my ex is even more. Maybe I'll say this the same as you. I was going to say even more than you. He doesn't eat
mm,
swallow. But when I started cooking my soup, my favorite soup, this guy was forced to start eating swallow. Yeah, I'm telling you. So it depends. So if it's me, I can actually convert you into liking onion. Honestly, why onion is the
mm,
best? You dice it into tiny cubes for every
yeah,
food. I even dice it in advance. That's what I do. I buy a lot, dice them in advance, put them in bags, and then
mm,
put them in the freezer so that whenever I use it, I bring it out and I just use it, and it stays fresh. It tastes the same. It's wonderful. So I
yeah,
use onion, but not too much though. So I understand what you're saying. I use either
yeah,
half in cooking or full. That's what I do. So for me, if you and when it comes to the contestants, if you don't like what other people are cooking, why don't you join them and do things differently? Like me, if I were
mm,
you and I was somebody like you or like my ex that's in the house, I would dice the
mm,
onion, dice the tomato. That's because that's how I cook my food. I dice it into tiny cubes. That's what I do. So you could
mm,
do that and join them in cooking and do that because you prefer it the way you
mm,
prefer it. If you want to eat with them or what they're cooking,
mm,
and if you don't want to do that, cook for yourself.
mm,
When the money
mm,
comes, I buy the things like they say. When it comes, then you order your stuff and you cook for yourself. That's what I would do if I don't want to. Me, my thing is cleanliness. I don't even
yeah,
eat out. That's how bad I am. I don't eat out because I don't know how clean the kitchen and the people that are cooking the food are. So I prefer to cook anything. Pizza, I make it myself. Burger, I make it myself. Fries, I make it myself from scratch. Because there's this story
mm,
in the UK. I think it was 2 years ago. It happened. They ordered pizza from a place, and the lady that came to deliver, something was wrong with the road and or where the people lived, and they couldn't get to their house to deliver the food. So the lady told the boyfriend to go and get the food. When he got there, he was saying, "I'm the one. I'm the one." The lady, she's from Eastern European country, and then she couldn't hear what the guy was saying. Before you know it, she started fighting him. He put his hand in her. There was a helmet because some of them ride bikes or motorcycles. He put his hand
mm.
in her helmet to like push her away. Mistakenly, his thumb went into her mouth and she bit it off. Google it, you will find it. And she bit it off. So I said to myself, thank God. No wonder somebody like me. I don't like eating out. Nobody delivers food to me. If I want pizza, I will make it right now for myself by myself. I'll do it by myself. I have all the ingredients always at home. That's what I do. I plan if I can't cook it now and it's gonna spoil, like things that I'm gonna use, like veggies, I'll put them in the freezer, dice them up how I like it, put them in the freezer, and then I use it when I want to use it. Yeah, if you Google it, you find it. They bit the man's thumb off. So
What
yeah,
is that? Because that is so weird. What?
yeah.
No,
Before he
that's
knew, he
sick.
said when he was able to remove his hand, he saw that it was like raw meat. His thumb was like raw meat. So I said to
Ah,
myself, thank God for me, thank God for me that I don't do that. If I
mm.
want to, because I'm like, what are you ordering pizza for? You can make it by yourself. What are you ordering burger and fries for? You can make it by yourself. That's why we have ovens, we have air fryers. What are you doing? I
But
felt sorry
P, yeah,
for the man.
P,
Yeah, yeah.
there's a very interesting comment on screen. And by the way,
Okay.
I don't know how to make pizza. I'm not bothered to even learn. I've never had burger in. Okay, I've tasted burger in my life once, but I'm not
Wow.
enthused about. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not. I'm very selective of food, as I said before. I'm not bothered to try to know how to make pizza. I eat it, but I'm not really bothered. I'm not interested. But let's go to this comment by David on the screen. It's a good
Okay.
question. Food fights is likely organic, but don't be surprised when it's someone's strategy.
Strategy.
To some,
Yeah.
everything is strategy. And you see, I'm going to be honest, yeah. I actually really love the food fights, right? Because if they are if it's strategy based, then
Yeah.
it's something that can actually be weaponized. I like now for someone like me, right? If I see someone like me in Big Brothers, as if I were to be a housemate, and I know
Yeah.
that okay, this person does not eat onions, but the person has a nasty attitude, I will mess you up in that house with that your
Yeah, that's valid.
selective
Yes.
whatever you have.
Yes.
So for me, it's gonna be strategic. Yeah. So
Yeah.
don't you
Even
don't you enjoy strategic food fights?
no, we are talking about things we don't want to see, Glory. And I already
Yeah.
mentioned that I don't want to see food fights. I don't know. I don't just know why I don't like it. I don't like it. I've forgotten the guy's name that won because he was always cooking. One of the
Oh,
reasons is
white
because he was
money.
always white money. No. Yeah, because me, I love, like I said, I would join him. Me, I love cooking. I would join him in the kitchen. That's me. And if I'm picky, if I'm someone like you that is picky, I would join him. I'll just be like, what can I help with? Or I'll do the onion how I like it. Yeah. Even I remember I was in church one time and then they were asking us about things that we like to do by ourselves or not by ourselves. If we like help. And I said no. Like when I'm cooking fried rice, nobody can dice anything I want to dice. My veggies, the way I like to dice it. So don't even help me. Don't even bother. So I end up doing everything myself, which is horrible. But what can I do? Because it
By
has
the
to
way,
taste
Steve,
good. It has to look
Rick
good.
wants you to be a housemate too. I mean, you have a fan. He wants you to be a housemate.
Really?
Yes.
Really? No. You guys will hate me. My opinion, oh my goodness, the way I think and my opinions, if you guys will hate me. You won't like me. Most people don't like me when I talk because I'm not conventional. Like
Hmm.
everything people want to do. Let's say, for example, now, oh no, there are too many people here today, so I won't say that. You remember what I said last week? I'm someone like that. So people will be like, no, you're supposed to do things this way. Me, I'm doing it the other way. Even as a child, I was like, let me wait till I'm 18. Whatever you guys are doing, I'm going to do the opposite. Everything my mom did, everything my dad did, I'm doing the opposite. Up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Well, thank you. Thank you so much, B. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you,
Thank you
Glory.
so
Take
much.
care.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much. Okay, very interesting. I mean, guys, I totally love the things that P would not want to see in Big Brother's house. I would also love to hear from all of you. So as I mentioned before, if you want to join the conversation, if you're on Twitter, send in your request. If you're on YouTube, click the link in the comment section below. On Twitter, we have Dave that is waiting to speak. So Mabato is going to speak now. After Mabato, I'll move on to Twitter to speak with Dave. All right. Hello, Mabato.
Hi,
How are
sis.
you?
How you doing?
I'm good. Wait, hold on, hold on. First of all,
Okay.
I hope you went to church today.
You
You went to
see,
church.
they cancelled today. They cancelled today's service.
Aye.
Why do you think I was
Aye.
ready to do? So today I'm not gonna comport myself. The Holy Spirit did not sit well on me today.
Because I know that if you had gone to church, you'd be a bit calm.
I would be exactly. I would be a bit, I'll be a bit calm. I'll be, but I'm not. But I am not. So now to P. I like how you like peace. But there was a prophet that said, I don't want peace. I want problems always. Glory. I do not want peace in that house. I want.
Oh my God. You see why I wanted you to go to church? I
I
wanted
do.
you to go to church.
You see, I should have. I should
Maybe
have
if
because
you had gone to
now.
church. Ah. You would want peace. Oh my god.
I don't. If 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 I get peace in that house this season, they might as well just cancel. I don't want peace. I want problems. I want scatter. They must
You
just
know?
scatter. You understand? Production must also scatter, and then the housemates must scatter. Everybody must scatter. You see that thing that P was like, "Don't fight over a man." Please fight. Fight. We want to say you are stupid. I want you to fight so that we can come on this live and say your behavior is stupid.
Why do you want to say you're stupid?
Give me the words to say to call you stupid because of your behavior. Please do that.
Oh my god.
Hey, if you're gonna be in love, I want you to be stupid so that we can come and be like, that stupid couple. Because now if you bring peace only, what am I gonna do with my life? Why am I paying subscription on these
Yeah.
multi-choice people? Please. We want that. Now, my expectations, because it's two people coming in. Glory, I have the way my mind is running fast as to who must be there.
Oh god. What about you?
I want to see, first of all, I want to see two siblings. I want to see siblings, right? Brother and sister. I want there to be between either brother or sister, there must be a halot. There must be a halot that will mess their game up. You know, when you come in with your brother and your sister and you know that either your sibling has a thing for love. You guys get into the house and then you agree. You're like, no, none of us are going to enter into a ship. And then one of them decides to be in a ship. I want to see that change of dynamic. I want to see how the other sibling will handle that. And on top of that, enter into a ship with someone they don't like. Will that not be good entertainment? Because now it will either force the other sibling to act accordingly and just accept, or now that partner goes into the nomination room continuously nominates that other person, because now sister or brother has found love in the house and it's up there again. I want drama. I want to, in my mind, please, it's said that they are not listening to this, but in my mind, I want to see two dynamic duos that are dividing the house. Like two pairs and another pair, and now the house is divided into two. They're following, the other half is following this other people, the other half they're following those other people, and it's just a merge. I would like to see that. I would if I was a housemate, chaos would have reigned. And you see, now I didn't go to church, and I would not have been in church this whole time. Just imagine the crack that would happen in that house. That. So, there's when you were talking about how production in season 4 of South Africa was, they had good things going on. You understand? So I want those things that they were doing to still be there. But I also want participants that are like participating. Participating. Like, you're right. We really hate what is this? Housemates that what are these? Housemates that are just there in a ship for the sake of being in a ship.
Yeah.
Like that's why we go back to Le Ghost, because Le Ghost was the Le Ghost. I was with you. I was like, this is my ship. I I've never had a ship here, but I'm their child. I am the child of that ship. I was a ship. If you said anything negative about that ship, and you were boiling me. You were just giving me pepper. So right now we're getting duos. I really want to see good dynamic duos. I want to see intelligence, like you said. Like, I don't want boring. I really, really do not want boring. I want to see two people who come in and analytics of the game, and then they also go their separate way. You know how Ghost and Darato were doing it. They would come back, sit down, and analyze the situations, and then they would like, oh, you go that way, and then I'll go that way. I want that. I want to see that. I want to see a duo like that. I want to see when you're talking about a girl who's in a ship and then now they are rampaging all through. I want to see two girls who came together who are like a damsel in distress type of girls, who are so girly that the boys would always fall on their feet. How would that make the other girls feel? How would that make the other? Because then now they would get what is this? A huge fan base. So now if Maba is jealous of them and goes to the diary and says, oh no, Glory and her friend, I like this, they what, then the fan base will be like, oh, you are jealous. Then they vote against you. Now you created a fan base that is on you because of the strategy that you have. You are making yourself so feminine and soft and everything. Now you know you can have these boys in the palm of your hand. How is that not a strategy, guys? How is that not? How is that not a strategy? David spoke about using food as a strategy to I will cause fight Glory. You see, if you don't like mushrooms, I will dare cook mushrooms. I will cook them. And I'm one person who doesn't like mushrooms. I will cook them, make them as thick as possible so that you can see with your own eyes that there are mushrooms in your food. And when you come and be like, no, Mama, I don't like mushrooms. I'm like, is it your turn to cook? If you're not gonna eat these noodles, 2 hands person, go cook for yourself. Me and everybody will eat the mushrooms if you don't want to eat the mushrooms. But I don't want people who we liked EK, right? Because he was very good, he was strategic and everything. But the problem with EK was that he did not think sometimes before he did. So what he did, as people to agree, is that he gave the game to Ilebaye. Right? So I want that person with the mind of EK, but who is also emotionally intact.
Yeah.
I want an emotionally intact person. I want someone who will think, okay, I'm plotting for this person, but then if I see something wrong, I would not let my emotions take over. I don't want that. I don't want that. I think one of the things that annoyed me in a way with All Stars, right, was that because people knew each other too well. So you could not exactly have beefs with your friend. What did Venita say? Na you sabi.
No. No, you hobby.
No, you sabi.
No, you hobby. It's rolling up the neck.
You know what? Because I don't want that. Sabi, what? You should have just given her buzz boost in that moment and said, look, Messi, yes, I did not like you. I did not like this, and that. Yes, I wanted to vote you out because you have been a winner previously and I want to win this game. So is that worse for me to want to win it for myself? Then no. I want those type of honesty and conversations flowing so that there can be something to talk about. I mean,
Exactly.
Me, I want drama. Oh, I just want to say, I want it all. I want drama from production. I want drama from the duos. I want, I
And
want
you
it
know,
all. I want
Mabato, yeah, Mabato,
yes.
you know, yeah, I totally agree with what you said about, the housemates having this external relationship being a hindrance to how they would have really, played on one another. Because I feel like what those house, though the season is gone now, but just saying in hindsight, what they did not see was that they could have given a more fantastic game. Not the case of, the older papas and mamas in the house getting offended by Lebai, the youngest. No, that wouldn't have even been the storyline of the season. It would have been an entirely different dimension. I know you on the
Mhm.
outside. I know your triggers. I know your weak points. I know some of your strengths. And so I'm going to use it against you. After the show, we
Yeah.
shake hands, we reunite and we go back, because we know that we all signed a contract to come and play this game. I see what you mean. I totally agree with you. If they had told that line, the story would not have really revolved around, the bigger people prying on the younger person.
Mm. It would be nice. So now, when it comes to this new season, say double the trouble. I want double trouble. I want two
Mm-hmm.
people I want two people who will show everybody shege. You see, the shege that the ghost showed everyone. I want it to be shown between two pairs times 10 to the point that they have a what is this? Please, excuse me. Papa, do you need me? She's outside. Yes, she's outside. Sorry, that was that was my nephew.
That's fine.
She's
You've been
yeah.
summoned.
I'm being summoned. It's like, auntie, where is Granny? You know.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Yes. So now we back. Now I want the drama. I want everything. I want it galore. I want, like you said, we don't want biases because I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to watch another thing that is bias. The way I would
Yes.
flip, the way I would flip. It's not even a song. Is it a song? I don't think it's a song, but
It's your innermost feeling coming in terms of lyrics.
it's coming out.
I think
Because
I
the
think we're
way
going to be singing our disgust this season. If there's going to be
ah
any, we're going to be singing our disgust.
ah we will record. We will Don Jazzy will have to fly to South Africa for me. Okay, I will be the new Sabi girl. Although I don't do mini skirts like that, but I will try a different outfit because we still gotta represent Jesus like that and be a Jesus girl. So we won't do Sabi girl too much, but you know be that. I think okay. So I'm gonna say this. I think what we'll always get. This is what I say. I have my expectations. I want villains. I always love villains. I always like strategic thinkers. I always like I like good gamers. That's my thing. I like good gamers. But the one thing that we're always gonna expect when it comes to the Big Brother franchise is people who are going to watch it from their microwave,
Of
from
course.
behind the TV. And then they're gonna come and be like, oh my goodness, no. Did you see how they hurt her? No, we are lovers. Okay, we have to vote for this person. They are bullying this person.
Mm-hmm.
It's expected. Second, the other people is shippers. Ah, they will form ships where there is no ships. And then where there is ships, they're gonna form their whole identity on that ship.
Exactly.
And then no, he's calling me seriously. Hey, do you want to say hi?
Okay. Okay.
Yes. But yeah.
Do you want to attend to him? Do you want to attend to him and then you come back?
He
Mabacho?
wants to say, yes, I'm
Do-
so sorry. Yeah, no, I will come back.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right. That's
it
fine.
will come back.
That's fine.
Yeah, okay. I'm so sorry.
No problem.
I'm
No
an
problem.
auntie.
No problem. Okay, guys, let's speak with Dave on Twitter because Dave has been here, and then we're going to come back to YouTube and speak with Zachary. Hello, Dave. Hello. Hello, Dave. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Hi.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. You're welcome. How are you?
I'm fabulous. As always. I'm
Nice.
fabulous, Chloe.
Nice. Nice. Okay, so what are your
Okay.
expectations for this new season of Big Brother Naija?
Okay. Like, I don't want us to discuss the hygiene of the housemates. Like, housemates living there. Like, we saw with the previous Big Brother. First week, the house was a mess.
Mm.
So, people should start taking care of their hygiene. We don't want to come here on social media to start discussing their hygiene. We shouldn't be discussing that.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. Yes, we shouldn't be discussing that. They should be able to take care of themselves. They are in a public platform. They should know that.
Mm.
The second thing, which we don't want to see people hiding food, eggs, indomie. No, people are selfish. These people are hiding food and others they don't have, and because others they don't know how to hide. Some people are just naive and gullible and whatever. So if you are hiding food, you are well fed, you are hiding, and then others they don't have. What do you mean? Like, I don't like that. That's another thing. Okay, one thing that I want to come back is the conspiracy corner from the Big Brother season 3. I would love to see something like that in Big Brother Nigeria, because we had it. No, we didn't have it. We've never had it in Naija. We've never. So I would like to see something like that to come and see how they maneuver around it. It would be interesting. Especially now we have a dual season.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting. Interesting. I mean, I really love, you see that conspiracy corner thing? I really love it because it's like there's a stage in the house in terms of a little box that's been drawn out by Biggie, and if you must conspire, you have to do it inside the box. So it's to the sight of everybody. You're not really hiding, in Big Brother All Stars, there was actually conspiracy was actually allowed, so people could do it anyhow they wanted. They could do it at any time they wanted. So it wasn't a case of there's a special position in the house where you must be there to do it. That was quite different. So I actually agree with you. I like the conspiracy corner thingy because there and there, people will know that okay, it is at this particular point in time that you or certain people actually conspire. So people will see you. But I mean, what are the odds? It could be a thing that would pop up this season, because hey, it's a dual season. So what is a dual season without some conspiracy? So maybe we will see it happen. We've lost Dave. Oh wow. Crazy. Okay, thank you very much, Dave. Thank you very much, Dave. All right, let's speak with Asmao on YouTube. Hello. Hello, you have to
Hear me?
unmute your mic. Oh yes, I can hear
Can
you
you hear
now.
me
How are
now?
you?
At
Yes,
last, I'm up here. How are you, Glory?
I am good. Thank you. You're welcome. How are you?
Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm so good. I'm fine as well. So,
Nice.
Glory, you're
Nice.
talking about conspiracy. What's the difference between the conspiracy and gossip? I think I tend to love the gossiping section more than the conspiracy. Because the gossips of the house, they tend to give us the info that we don't see. In as much as the 24 hours program, blah, 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 blah. But there are some certain things we don't see. And it's the gossipers of the house that bring the full information. Are you getting what
Yeah,
I'm saying at all? You understand what I'm trying to say to you? Then there's one
I
thing
get
again I
you.
want there's something again I want the housemate to take note of this season is the fact that have you noticed that Glory, look at the history of the Big Brothers that we've watched or you have watched as well. Do you notice that the underdogs always comes out the winners?
Sis?
The the ones that the housemate looks down on, they always come. Just go back. Is it Lekon? Is it Fina? Is it the most recent one, Lebai? So the housemate should take that to cognizance. Don't look down on anybody. Just observe now, Glory. Tell me, the
Sis,
underdog always comes out the winners. Yes, baby girl.
we had the same conversation last
Mm,
season, and we
mm.
said, in fact, I said I look forward to a season where a villain will win. I've been saying it, but
That's true.
you know how
The
the voting
underdogs.
pattern goes exactly. You know
So
how the
it's
voting
left for the
pattern goes.
contestants to now have that at the back of their mind, because I believe anybody coming on Big Brother, in as much as some of them will tell you that they've never watched it, blah blah blah, I really don't believe it when they say such things. Anybody coming on Big Brother, I believe, has a history of Big Brother, knows what it entails. They should
Mm-hmm.
look at it. They should stop looking down on people. Take everybody as your equal. Either
Hmm.
don't look down on anybody. You know, part of why Ilebayi won was that, number one, they didn't even believe her educational level. They thought she was lying. I don't know if you remember when Adekule was challenging her one time in the dressing room,
Yes.
trying to maybe make her feel like she was lying and all of that. Do you get? Yes. Then are we talking of the, financial status? When she came in, they were looking at her like she's from one pauper. If you remember, Kidwaya was saying something like she was not worthy, blah 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 blah. It was much time when the girl came out and I realized that this girl is not. So don't not just come in there as a contestant. Nothing concern you with anybody's background. Just see everybody that is in that house as worthy, as being in that house with you.
Hmm.
Don't look down on anybody. For me, that's one thing that if the contestant will listen or put into consideration, they should stop looking down on each other. Then that romance thing, in as much as people are condemning it and all of that, I love that romance. Gloria, I'll not lie to you. I
Ah,
love those
you're
their
a
shit.
shipper.
Hey,
You're a
what are you saying?
shipper.
And when the
Ah.
moment the moment they come in my
Hey.
mind, I'm already saying, this guy and this babe will fit. Do you understand? Like me, I love
Hmm.
shipping. I'll not lie to you. I want to still see shipping. No. Do you understand? But the shipping I want to see is not the clingy one. Everyone should still have their
Uh-huh.
identity. You understand? You see, like
Uh-huh.
Venita and Adekule, Venita sort of shrinked Adekule. Venita was selfish.
Uh-huh.
She had a life in that house, but Adekule did not have a life in that house. Do you understand? So
Hmm.
for me, the shipping should be the one that everybody will still have their life. Like the one some people are making an example of Lorato and what's his name?
Papa
The guy.
Ghost.
Now they were a ship, they were an item quite okay, but they were still interacting with other housemates. Do you get? Let's even
Mm-hmm.
make reference to real life. Even husband and wife, you can't tell me that you will be so clingy like that. In as much as, okay, I know that they're in a confined space and all of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't tell me really.
Mm-hmm.
So some things, even if, yes, in as much as you're on show, you're on the television, just try and make it look real. I have nothing against shipping. If anything, say I'm a shippers club. And meanwhile, Glory, this year, I want to also bring Big Brother G's just like you. Like I started it one time, but now how do you do it, Glory? You have an explorer? How do you meet up? I'm in Nigeria, no Nepalite. How do you meet up now, Glory? Tell me, please.
Watching the
I
show just the
envy
whole
you
time.
sometimes.
I'm just analyzing. I'm just analyzing. I'm not.
No,
What am I
how do you
doing?
meet up? How do you meet up? How does I say maybe she has an explorer that she can go back and rewatch the past episode that she missed and all of that. And honestly speaking, in Glory, I think I'm not trying to flatter you, but 90% of the time I agree with your analysis. So 10% of the time I don't, but 90% of the time I agree with your analysis. So I wonder how you do it so unbiased. How do you do it? Please teach me now. I'll
I
send
would
you
say,
a DM, Glory.
how do I it's all right? Well, I mean, okay. So here's the thing. When I started analyzing the show, of course, I had the people that would insult me, and I know that it's because of their starship positions.
So normal, normal.
And it got to me, but
Oh.
as time went on, I decided that, well, F it. I don't care. I decided I don't care. I don't care. So I would rather say what I see and analyze what I see, not based on my feelings now, but on how I see the game that is being played in the house. And that is what I will base my views on. I don't
Does that mean
care.
you don't have a fave? You don't have a favorite, Glory? You're
No, of
human, oh.
course. At the end of every season, if you've been following me, at the once they announce the
Yeah.
winner, the next conversation I have, I unveil
Yes,
my
yes, yes,
fave
yes,
and I
yes,
explain
yes.
why. So I always have my fave.
Exactly.
And trust me, the most difficult thing to do is to have a fave that is a troublemaker and the person is always caught up in one drama or the other. You want to talk about that fave, but it's
It's
paining you to talk about
exhausting.
the person. It's your person. So for me, it's
Yeah,
hey, at the end of the day, I always remind myself it's a game. These
yeah.
people, They will act all this drama inside the house. Once the show is over, they will party together. They would mingle with
Exactly.
production. They will even meet Big Brother himself and they will drink wine. Then people are still
That's
outside killing
correct.
each other. So for me, I don't give an actual F. So
I get you. I get you.
the moment you are able to attain that level of not giving an actual fuck, trust me, you watch the show,
Wow.
you enjoy it, you give your opinion, you move on.
Because sometimes when you see the trolls, the comment section, I'm like, that's what scares me. I actually started on this my channel, but along the line I stopped because the trolls, like there are some trolls that when they drop, it's not even meant for me, but it gets to me. Like today, I was watching one interview that Bbnaija did, and then in the comment section, someone was saying that she's stupid. I don't know what question they asked her that she made reference to Messi's ex-boyfriend. I don't know if you watched that interview. Is
I
it
don't
with
know.
Sway Media or something like that? So she, I don't know the question they asked her, but she just said Ike Messi's ex-boyfriend. In the comment section, someone was abusing that she's stupid. Can't she just stop without bringing Ike? Like, what do you have to insult her? Can't you make a point without insulting people? Now that's the part me I don't understand. You get what I'm trying to say
So,
to you?
so the thing is,
Mm,
anyways, there are a lot of things I see on my channel, and it comes with years
mm,
and years of practice, experience, and
mm.
growth. So
Yes,
one thing
yes.
I always tell myself is anybody that cannot make a point or an intelligent argument without insulting the person that is listening to them, then that person is not worthy of attention.
Abi.
I can't have a conversation with someone that the only thing that can come out of your mouth is insults and condescending remarks. No. If you
Honestly,
want to have a
honestly.
conversation, it has to not necessarily polite, but you should be able to
Mm.
make your point without the insult and whatever. I mean, as Zamio said, just develop a thick skin on social media because
Yeah,
at the end of the day, the trolls are not feeding you, are they? But well, in a way,
that's
you
true.
could make
They
money off their
are.
backs. Anyways, we have to
That's
continue,
true.
right? We have to continue
Yes.
because there's someone else
Meanwhile,
that wants to
fans,
speak.
I beg, fans should stop being toxic. I beg, fans are another thing again. They take it too much to heart. Stop being toxic, please.
All right. I hope they hear.
All right, thank you. Thank you very
Thank you
much,
so
Glory. Thank you.
much.
I really
Thank you
appreciate it.
so much.
Thanks.
You're
Bye.
welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Okay. Well, interesting conversation right there. I beg. To be honest, this season, if there are trolls, they should just go and throw it inside their backyard because this season they don't exist in my head. Anyways, I think Mabato is back. We can just quickly round up with Mabato on what she was saying. Guys, if you want to share your opinion, if you're on YouTube, click the link in the comment section. If you're on Twitter, please send in a request. All right, if you're on Twitter, send your request and I'll add you on. On YouTube, click the link in the comment section. Let's hear your thoughts. All right, what we are discussing today is your expectations for this new season of Big Brother. Are you even excited at all? If you're not excited, I would actually love to know why you're not excited. Because I also shared my own perspective about this whole thing. I told you why I was excited, but not very excited about the season. I shared all of that. So aside your expectations, I also want to know if you're excited and if you want or if you're not excited. If you're excited, I want to know why. If you're not excited, I want to know why as well. All right, so the link is in the comment section. Go ahead, click on it to share on Twitter, send in your requests. Mabato, are you fully back? Are you off anti duties now?
I am back. Oh, I am back.
I swear, you're a vibe. You're a
This
vibe.
season, this season, I hope they give me more to sing about because
But Mabato, let me ask you, yeah. Are
yes,
you excited for the new season? If you are, why? Tell us why. If you're not, tell us why.
I think I'm like you. I'm like mid, you know. One, I'm excited. Okay, the other part of me is excited because I want to see a two people game. I want to see how that looks like. I
Hmm.
didn't watch the brother Titans, so I don't know, right, how that
Mhm.
dynamic works. So I want to see it. I want to see if my imagination, because I'm sure you've realized that I have like a wild, wild imagination. So
Mhm.
I want to see if people can literally live up to what I have in my mind. And
Yeah.
I'm not as excited because I think one, when they had Big Brother Mzansi, it was just a huge letdown. So we are
Mm.
people who are coming back from watching one of the most disappointing seasons ever, like
Yeah.
ever, right? And then we get to, well, before that it was Big Brother All Stars. So from Big Brother All Stars, it was amazing. It was this, but the way it was as well, it's like it left us with a lot of questions. Production then decided not to give us a reunion, and then it's like, okay, is is it what it is, you know? So I'm definitely reserving my emotions this time. It's
Yeah.
gonna be on, on 24/7, wake up with them. Okay, let me not lie, I know we'll wake up with anybody. Oh, please, me, I love my sleep. So if somebody's gonna
Mhm.
wake up at 6, me, myself, and I, we are going to be asleep. But but while people were talking glory, I couldn't help but think that we have so much expectation from the show. We speak and have our expectations and everything, but then now I'm thinking of the type of audience that is an African audience.
Mm.
we you and I are the type of people that love game, and a good
Mm.
game. We like villain, we like storytelling, we like strategy. We like a mindful, intelligent individual.
Hmm.
Our African people are not like that. Oh, ah,
You know what, Mabato? It's very interesting
I
that you
even
raised
say it.
this conversation. Yeah. So I'm going to be
Mm,
very honest. I'm going to be very honest. So when I started watching the Big Brother show, at the time, I wasn't necessarily a religious reality TV lover, you know. So I started watching the Big Brother show. It was kind of overwhelming because I was experiencing so many emotions. I was experiencing so many things. But then I had to learn to start accepting the kind of games that these people in quote were playing. Because to be honest, at the time, most of the people were in the house, they didn't even know they were playing the games they were playing. They were just doing anyhow, anyhow. When you see people that are very intentional about playing the game, I will still refer to the likes of Papa Ghost and Lerato, or let's say EK, people like that, that were very intentional, deliberate about what they wanted to do and create as content in the house. Yeah. So when I think about it, with regards to what you said about the audience, the African audience, I don't think it's about the generality of them all anymore. I think now it's about people that, like, some people that are yet to understand that this is what the game is. This is what the game is. I mean, there are people that actually come, on here, and sometimes they say that, oh my God, what are they teaching our children? And I'm like,
mm, mm.
yes,
Close their eyes.
like, hello, this is not Coco Melon. Before when I would hear comments like that, I'll be like, that's true. But then I started thinking about it, like, no ways, Glory, no ways. This is not Cartoon Network. This is not Coco Melon, you know? And then later I was like, oh my God, what would Jesus do? I'm like, Jesus will not be in Big Brother's house. Definitely not. Do you get? So it's an entirely different world. It's a social experiment. I do not think people have come to that level of understanding yet that this is what it is. This is what it is. There's a video I'm dropping on Monday. Some of what I'm saying I actually explained more of what I'm saying on that video. The video is going to drop on Monday. So I don't know if you get me. So I don't think it's Africa as a whole, no. Because even if you watch Big Brother Canada, Big Brother USA, trust me, you see the starship culture, it's terrible as well. It's just as horrible as what we have here. Yeah, no, for real. It's just as horrible. And you'll find out more when you go on platforms like TikTok. You see people making very, very unfounded arguments, some mind-blowing arguments. And you now, because you at least to some level at your age, you've attained some level of enlightenment. You know that now this the way this person is thinking this thing, this is not how it should actually go. You just know there's something wrong with that class. That's do you understand? There's something wrong with that school of thought. So it's like that. If people understand that it's actually a social experiment that's playing out on TV, and it's entertainment, games have to be played, blah, blah, blah. I think people will actually have better understanding on how to even choose their winner to even begin with.
Right?
Yep.
Like, you, Glory, like, I'm always thinking, okay, we're talking about it, we talk about our expectations, we talk about this. And like you said, me, I love my Jesus, so we'll have this conversation later tonight when he's like, Mama, you and Big Brother, you and Big Brother. I'll be like, Jesus, I have to entertain myself somehow. You understand? I need to see stupidity sometimes to know that I'm actually intelligent, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate. Thank you. Give me my flowers. I'm actually intelligent. So, but honestly speaking, for me, when I say that, I was thinking, okay, we have expectations, we have villains. But then now, when we have this type of audience, the African audience, they do not understand game. And they're telling them each and every every year when Big Brother comes out, it's entertainment purpose. Yes, you can like who you like, but please note it is entertainment purpose. Get entertained. Stop carrying the matter for your head. Yes, are there some things that will affect, will show and display how the society is in its whole entirety? Yes, there are. We had it with the Big Brother, Mzansi, the whole thing that happened. I even forgot his name. Sha, you see how we move on sometimes. We even forget people's names that were evicted. That guy that got evicted. So now we are here. We are good. We just in a very like, I just want, I don't know. Shami, me, I have to close with this, Glory. This year I won't have my senses. So if you see me answering somehow in the comment section, I won't be, I'm just saying, I won't be too much. But I'm just saying, if people come with their nonsense too much this year, I might go and answer. Maybe I should go. No,
Get your Arsenal already.
yes, let me go to church first, and then I will be able to answer them appropriately.
I'll be saying amen over here.
But as per
All right.
usual, enjoy the rest of the conversation. I'll be in the comment section.
So much.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mabato. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And by the ways, I'm just gonna say, I don't just to quote Mabato, the African audience. I used to think it was the African audience, but we're in Africa, and I believe that there's quite a lot of us as well that actually understand that the game is a game. Games are being played. So I wouldn't call it the African audience. I think there's another name for it. I don't have the word yet, but put in a descriptive way, it's the people that still lack understanding that the game is a game. The game has to be played, not necessarily the African audience. Because if we say the African audience, that's us saying that the whole of Africa does not know or understand, the Big Brother game. Anyways, let's speak with Ramata. Ramata, there was actually somebody here, Tijani. Tijani, I don't know what happened. Please come back. Hello. Good afternoon. You're welcome.
Good afternoon, Glory. How are you?
I am good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm fine. I want to start by saying I love you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, you are so bold, and you analyze the show well.
Thank
And
you.
following you since Lakon.
Wow. Wow, that's a
Yeah,
long time.
yes,
Thank you.
I've always been here, your live, but today I'm led to answer your question. If I'm
Okay.
excited,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I want to say I am not excited about the show, but I'm looking forward to your analysis.
Oh,
You
okay.
know, yes, I love the show, the the learning part of it, and I learned from your analysis. But like the other areas, I don't watch because the truth of the matter, I'm a spiritual person,
Okay.
and so I always follow the show through you. And when they have their games and the nomination and the eviction, I watch
Hmm.
because we have a
Hmm.
lot to learn about ourselves.
Hmm.
Yes, for sure. But the truth of the matter, one of my reasons why I am not excited is the bias.
Hmm.
Yes, and Big Brother, the entire organization, they have their own challenge that I don't like. It's like
Okay.
they already assess from the beginning of the show, maybe the first 2 days, they already know who they want to be their winner.
Hmm.
And because that, if even they are seeing the truth, they will not they will not want you people to see the truth and say it out. And that is one
Hmm.
of the why I'm watching you, because you are not afraid to see the truth, and you say it as it is. That is why I follow
Thank
you more
you.
than I watch the show. So I want you
Thank
to
you.
know that I want you to keep the fire burning, fear not. My encouragement to you is to ignore those people, because the season
Hmm.
is coming again. Some people, they just they just watch the show through you, and they assess. Sometimes it's good to watch the show and listen to you, and we
Hmm.
agree, disagree, but they don't do anything,
Yes.
and they will begin to say all sorts of words, negative words. I
Hmm.
want you to calm this season, continue the good work, do your work.
Thank you.
You are good in what you are doing, and I pray for you personally for God to give you the grace,
Thank
because when the
you.
season you have sleepless night. And one of the my mom love you so much. She's 70. As the
Oh
season
wow.
starts, yeah, she used to say, "Mommy, what's Glory says? What's Glory says? What Glory is
Wow.
saying? You know what Glory is saying? Yes, what Glory says about this thing. So we
Wow.
listen. So we want you to keep the fire burning,
Wow.
and we pray for more grace, that God will give you more grace to continue the work for this season. And forget
Thank
about
you.
who are saying contrary things about your analysis. Thank you so much. Keep the
Oh
fire
my
burning.
God.
Yeah, I
Wow.
love
Ramatan, thank you so much. Oh my God. This is so heartwarming. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you so much. My gratitude to you and your mom as well. Wow. At 70. Wow. Wow. Tell her I appreciate her support. Thank you so much. And I
okay.
hear you. I'm going to block the noise and just focus on what needs to be done. Thank you so much. Thank you
Bye
so
bye.
much. Bye. Thank you so much. Wow. This is wow. A 70-year-old community member. That's really heartwarming. Wow. I want to pick out something from what Ramata said, that, you know, from what she explained about production's bias, that from the first 2 days, she noticed that um, they've already picked somebody that is their winner or whatever, whatever. Now, the truth that I have seen, like what I have personally noticed as well, is that it happens for every season of Big Brother, whether Big Brother Naija or Big Brother South Africa. I've noticed it happens. Now, I'm not saying that this is something that production deliberately does. I'm not saying that they deliberately do it, but if you guys have noticed it, what I'm about to explain right now, let me know as well. And I'm mentioning this for the sake of this new season, let production also hear it, that somebody else or people have noticed it as well. Now, you notice that from the day of the lunch show, after the housemates are introduced to us, they get into the house, first introduction happens, the very next day, you will notice that the camera begins to follow one person. How many of you have noticed it? You'll notice that the cameras begin to follow one person. Now, when I noticed this thing happening, I used to think, okay, this person has a pretty face. So maybe they're just trying to beautify the screen, the person with the face card, possibly the eye candy of the season as well. But then I noticed that this reoccurs every season, every season. Now, later on, you notice that, okay, the camera extends to other housemates, and I can't particularly say that it's production's fault, right? Because sometimes some housemates are just plain boring. They're not doing anything useful. Some of them are sleeping, some of them are just in one corner, right? And then there are certain housemates that are taking upon themselves to make the show entertaining. They create content. They just keep things exciting. And because of that, you that has been exposed to this specific face or faces, you will now begin to long for those people. So in a day, if the camera is going around the house and you don't see the face of the person that the camera was more focused on the very first day, right? Or even the next day, you'll not be wondering, okay, where is this person? Where is this person? So it happens. That's why I said sometimes it could be that production does it unconsciously, or it could be a conscious thing by virtue of what that particular housemate or housemates are doing at that point in time. So it could be that they're actually doing something entertaining at that point in time. It could be that they're actually making noise. They are generating attention for themselves, And of course, the camera would want to be on the people that are actually keeping the conversation going in the house, people that are actually keeping the conversation alive in the house. And let's not also forget that the cameras in Big Brother's house, they twist and turn. It's not like this static cameras, just put it in one place, in one position, and it does not move. No, it actually moves. It actually moves. So when and housemates have also said this during some of their post-show interviews or probably post-eviction interviews that, when the camera moves, they know. Because it makes a sound, according to these housemates. So when the camera moves, they know, they are aware. So some of them tend to get carried away. They probably get relaxed and they just chill. And when the camera moves and they turn and see that, the camera is on them, they'll now get into character. And that's why some of them, they will overreact. Some of them, they will amplify their actions or reactions to certain situations. And some of them, they will exaggerate their feelings, emotions. They will not get into character. Like, they will not begin to do, give us action, they do all these things, right? So when things like this happen, when the camera moves a lot to a particular housemate, as I said before, it could be that production does this unconsciously, and possibly because they want to capture a moment that a housemate is possibly creating content or something. It's like a cue to that particular housemate to get into character, to do things. Especially those ones that are in relationships or bloody hell ships that they call it. You see them, they are together, boy and girl. Once the camera just turns and focuses on them, you now see that, and they will not come and start kissing. They'll not come and start licking each other's neck. Their dirty, dirty body that they don't want to bath. Some of them don't want to shower the whole day. They'll not come and start licking each other's neck. They'll come and start doing things. Baby, my wife, my husband, they'll not start doing all that nonsense. I mean, I see these things too. So what are we saying? We need production this season to spread the camera time. Spread the camera time. And in a way, it's possibly going to also help the boring ones too. Because let's be very honest, there are some housemates that if they don't hear the camera click, they probably forget and think that they're in their father's house or in their boring house. They will now chill. So maybe when they hear the cameras click, maybe that will motivate them to equally get into character and begin to fool themselves for public votes. Maybe. We also know that nominations is a very strong motivating factor for those housemates to give us drama during the week. When nomination happens and certain people know that they are up for possible eviction for the week, they might be going home that week. So you see them get into extra character and they want to do the most. They want to do, make noise. That's when they want to fight. That's when they want to go and do confrontation. That's when oh God, these people are very exhausting. And it's amazing how they do the same thing every season. It's like there is a book. There's a book of Bbnaija, and it's like before you are a housemate, you have to study this book to show yourself approved. So when you go into the house, when they nominate you, that's when you should fight too. But when they don't nominate you, don't fight too. Like, hey God, it's exhausting, man. It's exhausting. Why didn't you fight since? Why didn't you fight since? It's when they now nominate you, you know that you will soon go home. You now want to go and fight. You want to go and confront. You want to go and do a boy. You want to go and gossip. You want to go and di. Anyway, Sha, we will see how this season pans out, right? Because personally, it is exhausting. It's exhausting. Anyways, guys, I don't know if anybody wants to say something. Now is the time. Hit the link in the comment section to speak, all right? Because I've actually said what I want to say about my expectations for the show, about my state of mind. Am I excited or not? I already shared all of that on this live conversation and also on the video that I put out during the week. So if you would like to share yours, just come on here and, spill. Otherwise, we're gonna have to end today's live conversation, all right? Because I don't really have much to say anymore. But as I mentioned before, I have a video. I have a video that's coming up next week, Monday. That's in 2 days' time. So guys, watch out for that video. It's very, very interesting. I cannot wait for you all to see it. Just saw a very interesting comment here. This one is from Karen. Karen said, there's a video out already where production says no viewer must expect every housemate are getting equal screen time. I mean, if that's the case, I actually understand why. I mean, I just explained it. So that's quite understandable. If housemates are not getting equal screen time, I understand why. And I explained it. Some housemates are very, very boring. Some housemates are not doing anything. Some of them are sleeping. Some of them are just there. They're not interacting with other housemates. Some of them are not creative enough to go around, to cause chaos, to create drama. Some of these housemates are introverts, to be honest. Some of them are not conversation starters. Some of them are just there. They're just waiting for something that will put them under pressure before they begin to do things that are worthy of gaining camera time or enough screen time. But still, the message is going out to production that there are still housemates in that house that will obviously be doing things. They'll obviously be active. They'll be very active. They'll be starting conversations. They'll be doing drama. And see, let me point this out before David speaks. I've seen occasions where you will see that some drama is actually happening somewhere in the house. But then because camera is so hell-bent on showing us two motherfuckers that are actually kissing and smooching on the sofa or probably talking about I love you, they will leave the camera there. And that's the reason I'm saying that, please, the production, we are not sex-starved. We are not pathetic in our various lives. We just want to be entertained. We just want to see drama. We just want to see the show. So yes, some housemates will not get equal camera time or equal screen time because they are boring. We know. But obviously, we have seen cases where two people are doing the most inconsequential thing, insignificant thing, and then people are having some very, very heated gossip session or heated conversation that could possibly, grow into something bigger in the house sometime in that week, and then we're not allowed to see that. We would love that. When camera notices that, okay, oh, there's some juicy gossip going on somewhere, or maybe something juicy happening, just shift the damn camera from the people that are doing what not God knows what. Anyways, let's look with David. Hi, David.
Hi, Glory. I was saying, "Hey, man, hallelujah!" here. So while you're talking, I was like, "Yeah, we gotta hear that."
You're welcome.
Yeah. It's interesting that to know that one of the things that really um annoys me, and I'm sure quite a number of people, is when you're watching Big Brother and you have a mindset that some people are being cheated, right? It's not fair. It's not a fair game, right? They're not giving
Mm,
everyone a fair shake. Like, okay, so I know, for example, it's maybe 9 or 10 weeks. Sometimes it's 10 weeks, 9 weeks, depends on the number of housemates they have and what they want to do. But if you
mm,
follow the thing chronologically, like from the first week, the second week, do you know how many people leave the house the first 2 or 3 weeks without even having a say in them remaining in the house? So
mm,
I again, I'm going to say this. I put that jokingly now, not today, but I think 2 days ago. I said that highly effective, 7 habits of highly effective. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. I
I
put
saw
a
the
so
I saw it.
so one of the things I said there was you have to, for you to win the show, right? You have to get past
Mm,
the first 2 weeks. You have
mm-hmm,
to get past, and if you don't have screen time, like what you're saying, if the camera is on some people, it means there's a bias in there. There's an inherent bias to keep the pretty face or faces,
mm-hmm,
or people that maybe before they came to the show they had a huge fan base, right? And
mm-hmm,
production knows that this is all profit making, so they need those
mm-hmm.
people to remain longer, right? So you have
Yeah.
they start the show, right? They say they have 20 or 24 people, right? Maybe a pair of 10 or a pair of 11 or 12, right? 20, 22 or 24, right? And out of those
Mm-hmm,
24 people, maybe 5 or 6 of them, they are quote and unquote unknowns, right? Those people are
mm-hmm,
people that they can easily they it's almost like they're, I know some of those people are, it's their fault. They don't put themselves out there, right? But
mm-hmm.
sometimes, when how much can you put yourself out there if the camera is not on you? Yeah.
Exactly.
So now you've been handicapped, you've been cut off, and you
Mm-hmm,
attended the show. If there's a reunion, you're going to come, but that is the price you get. And that is because
mm-hmm,
why? You don't have a pretty face, or you don't have
mm-hmm.
connections on the outside, or you don't have a
Exactly.
good fan base, right? It's almost becoming the thing is, it's almost becoming like this. It doesn't make sense for you to go to that show if you've not created some kind of fan base, or at least some social media. So I wonder in my mind, if you have 20 people who have less than 10,000 or less than 1,000 followers in across all their social media platforms. Nobody has an advantage of 1 million prior to going there, right? I wonder how that's going to
Mm-hmm,
play out, right? And yeah, so that's one of the problems. Like you said, the
mm-hmm,
last Big Brother on Zanzi, right? When you are favoring a housemate, clearly you're trying to make this person get to the finals. It's so bad.
mm-hmm.
I forget her name now. You know the lady I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, ma.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like, how can you do that, and
Hmm.
you don't expect a backlash? Mbatho, what you were talking about, you guys were talking about, right? It's a
Hmm.
social experiment. It is a social experiment, that's true, right? But when you use the word social before the experiment, that social is where social from the community they came from, right? So
Hmm.
you can't expect. I know you were struggling to separate. You didn't want to use the word African, right? That it's an
Hmm.
but let me say it this way. Let me describe it this way, right? If you are if a show is being done in a place where the country is highly religious, right?
Hmm.
When I say religious now, anyone listening, I'm not saying that uh, they are spiritual. I'm just using the word religious. Maybe they may be hypocrites or not, but they're just highly religious, right? If you're in that kind of
Hmm.
country and you bring in um, let's see now. You know what happened in when the one that Mpo and
Oh
Gash,
yeah.
the season that they
Yeah.
won, right? Remember, Mpo is she. What's the I think there's something they call that thing. She
The
practices
Sangoma.
Sangoma, right? Right now, imagine that situation, right? And play that in Nigeria, for example, right? Can the Nigerian community vote for a Sangoma to win? I'm just no. This is what I'm trying to say, right? You cannot separate the show from the community that the people came from. You can, no matter okay, if you know when they do that, when they are trying to eliminate people and they show you they say the top three, the last three, and then they eliminate the two, and sometimes you don't even see the lowest person before all the people they eliminated. Sometimes they intentionally leave out that
Yeah.
person. Sometimes they do that. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
It means that the Big Brother franchise, they have the surveys, they have the stats on the voting pattern over years,
Mm-hmm.
right? They have that information. When you say 18 plus, PD stuff, this stands friend relationship as the strategy, right? And people are getting fed up with that. I know I said in the comment section that is there a section of the community that loves that stuff? So the answer to that question is in the hands of Big Brother. When they look at their survey, it's clear that they have a market to it too.
They
It means
do.
it means there are some people. The only reason why they watch the show is because they want to see something like that, right?
And they
And,
start promoting ships.
exactly. I know. We say that we don't like it, but it doesn't mean there are not people out there. That's why I asked the question. What is entertaining to you may not be entertaining to me, right?
Yeah.
I've heard people say things like this, right? So when they do their, what, when they want to choose the HOH, right? And they do like a task or something, right? Or maybe they give them a drama. They give them a drama or give them a costume, make a costume from this, go green, use this stuff to go green and all that, right? When we see someone that has a talent, right? The talent doesn't make the person win the show. In fact, you begin to hear things like, "This is not a talent hunt. If you want to go do talent hunt, go to a different show, right?" So it's not
Yeah.
you hear me out, right? It's not a talent show, so the person that has talent is not going to win the show. Let's use Adekunle for example. The one that did Adekunle is one of those smart guys, right? If it's not a smart show, if you want to do a smart show, go to a smart show, right? So they keep telling you it's not this show, it's not that show. So what show is it, right? It's not a beauty pageant, right? You're not coming to say you're pretty, right? So of course, beauty to Kara, the one that was disqualified in the season that this lady,
Yeah.
what's the name?
The level
Yeah,
of season.
exactly, right. It's not a beauty show, so you can't. So if it's not a beauty show, it's not an entertainment show. What exactly is it? You know, I don't want to know what it's not. I want to know what it is. Now, if we sit down here and say it's about strategy, right? It is there should be strategy. We should see the strategy, right? I want to see like you. I want to see a villain. If someone who has a villain win the show, but can a villain really win the show in the environment we are? Like,
Nah.
you see what I'm saying? Like, assuming Ike did not throw Ileba's clothes on the floor, right? Assuming he did not cross the line, was there even a chance that he could have won that show? The answer is no. What are people looking for? You see what I'm saying? Like, it look to
Yeah.
me, it sounds more like that underdog. That there's always a moment in the entire show where you know who's going to win the show. Like there's always a week, and it's always around between the third week and the fifth week, when the show turns on its head, and someone who plays the victim in that within those 2 or 3 weeks actually is going to win the show. And all of a sudden you see it's either what's the season 6 or season 7, the season where Perry and White Money, that season where Perry and White Money.
The Cheyenne season.
Exactly. That season, the day that Perry had that face off, when Perry was the general and he was the head of the HOH, right? Right? Head of house. and he went against. He already figured out what white money was trying to do, right? He figured out his clock. He clocked his strategy. He tried to break the strategy, but he came across as too brash, and then all of a sudden, white money got a lot of people having mercy on him, right? So it's pity votes that's pushing people all over the top. And when will we run out of pity as strategy? I don't want to see pity as a strategy. I'm sorry, I really do not want to see. I'm happy for Bbnaija winning, right? But I don't want to see that again. That's what I'm saying. I
Yeah.
don't want to see. You asked the question: am I looking forward to the next season, right? And am I not looking forward to the next season, right? Well, if people are coming in twos, it's a reason to look forward to the next season, right? It's because this not been done in a. I don't know if it's been done ever. I don't know. You tell me if you've ever seen a
It
Big Brother
happened
show.
in no, I don't think. Oh, it in the Big Brother South Africa. I think it was the season 3 or thereabout. Yeah.
Okay, so they came in twos, right? So like in twos, and the twos can be anything, right? It can be brother sister, brother brother, sister sister. Are they
Mm-hmm.
allowing married couples to come as a group?
Don't know yet.
I don't know.
Mhm.
When people, the other thing is, so far in the past 5, 6, 7 seasons, the moment you hear, "Oh, I cannot express myself because I'm married," then why did you go? Then why did you go to the show? So,
Exactly.
or is there something I'm missing out here that a married person can actually win the show? You see what I'm like? I don't know, because if they want to do a married show, a married people's show, they should do him. Let's know that it's a married people's show. I know they say they don't want to stigmatize. They don't want to say don't come to the show because of your marital status. The only thing that they want is your age, right? But even within the age, recently we started seeing ageism. So
Mm-hmm.
they start saying things like, "This person is too old. Why is he here? This person is too young. This person is a Gen Z." Like seriously, I don't even know what people are looking for. I think that is the reason why some people keep watching it, because we want to see what's the next thing that the society is going to glorify. I'm serious, right? It's almost like
Exactly.
you don't know what they're going to. Okay, so one person has used the strategy of being very vocal, noisy, but very talented, Fina, right? One person used the
Mm-hmm.
kitchen, the kitchen strategy, right? Stayed in the kitchen and all that. That has to do with looks. Count me out. Yeah, I agree with that person. Count me out with anything that has to do with looks, right? Um, one person has used the bully, the bully and the bullied, right?
Mm-hmm.
If the big brother himself or herself, that person should not throw this show under the bus. You know what, Alex? You know what happened to Alex in the last season, the Alex and Pere?
Mm-hmm.
You know what Alex
Mm-hmm.
did, and how what Ike did. We know what happened to Ike, but when Alex did some things did not happen to her, right? Until later
Exactly.
in the game, you can't have double standards. You cannot have
Exactly.
double standards. So if I don't know, I know it's human nature to try not to have it, but at the end of the day, it comes out. So
Mm-hmm.
yes, where I'm going to end all this, right? I see people go into the show with their bias. Anyone who tells you otherwise, is lying. When people say that they are neutral, how neutral is neutral? Are you really neutral? If you love an underdog story, if you love that underdog story, you always want to gravitate to that. Have you seen any season where anyone who spent a long time in the UK or the US, right, has a British accent or American accent? Have you seen how some people in the audience go against those people? I don't know if you know what I'm saying. The reason I'm
Mm-hmm.
not talking of Shegs now, for example, Shegs and Bella. I'm not talking of the way
Mm-hmm.
Shegs behave now. Imagine a good version of Shegs, right? Can a good
Mm-hmm.
version of Shegs win the show? Some people will not vote for you. They'll be like, "Why are you on the show? You already have money. You don't need it. You're
Exactly.
a footballer." So it's not. So what is it about? That's what it comes back to that question, right? You don't want. So
Yes.
who? Why do they decide who they decide? What
Mm-hmm.
informs the mind, the human mind, that this is the person? And by the way, some people are just what I call, they follow the crowd, right?
Yeah.
They heard immunity, herd mentality, right? So the moment they
Mm-hmm.
hear that this is the person that everyone is going to, they just put all their votes to that person. They may not
Mm-hmm.
even watch the show. They just, oh, well, we voting now. Lay by. Okay, bye. Like, you don't even know what's happening, right? Yeah, so it's a lot. At the end of the day, it's a reflection of the people that are watching, the who you vote for, who you stand. And I'm using the word stand carefully, because there's a difference between a fan and a fanatic, right? Some of these people are fanatics. They come after you, they follow you.
Yes.
Oh, Glory said something on YouTube against my fan. Oh, I'm going to go to Twitter. I'm going to go. They come after you. They literally find you out. If possible, they'll find your physical address,
On
and this is
site.
how these people are, right? You're laughing. I'm telling you this. I don't understand these people, right? Can you not? Do you not understand that it's just a show, right? And finally, I'll end here. When you say the camera pans out, right? It does 360, moves around, and all that. It's clear they know where the cameras are. How you would know that? A clear example is when they do the Saturday night, the party, right? They look at where they know where. So like you can see that this person is not dancing, or maybe somewhere else. The moment they're in front of the mirror, or in front of that, that place, they now start showing, like, crying out loud. This is an old trick, and it still gets some people. Like, some people still, that's all they do. This is it, right? I'm going to keep quiet now, right? This is the last thing I'm going to say, right? At the end of the day, we that consume the people that consume those shows, right? We don't just come to, for example, I'm on this platform now, right? There are other platforms. When Big Brother starts, there are lots of platforms on the internet that follows the stuff, right? If you see a trend, you can also feel a trend from the outside, that those platforms are trying to, quote unquote, I'm not trying to give you your flowers, but I am giving you your flowers, Glory, right? There are many platforms that are not objective. What I mean is, they are not the fan of that person. They are not part of the fan base of that. But let's assume there are 7 platforms. 4 or 5 of them are talking about, oh, this housemate is great and great. Of course, you're already tilting the scale towards that person, right? So you're fighting some battles inside the house. You're fighting some battles outside the house. You don't even know why people don't even know why they're even voting for who they are voting for. Beyond, it resonates with me that this person is an underdog, and we will have to wait for a long time to see someone who uses a good strategy, without underdog in the story, like completely no underdog in the story, but win the show, right? That's what we're looking for, So, all right.
Well, thank you so much, David. See, all the questions you raised. You see, the reason I was laughing is I literally think out loud, similar things that you mentioned here. And I don't know if you also noticed that every time there's a Big Brother show, it's like half the percentage of the viewers, they are fighting an existential crisis.
Exactly.
It's like a fight between good and evil. And this is relative. It's
Yeah.
not the universal definition of good and evil. It's like people choose what they deem to be good and choose what they deem to be bad. And I think this is also reflective of how the big brother himself inside the house interprets the rule book. Exactly the example you raised, what Ike did, what Alex did, you see how each person got a different punishment. One person was let off the hook, the other person was,
Exactly.
people
Yeah.
criticized it. Do you understand? I mean, I was shocked when I saw viewers praising Alex for what she did,
Indeed.
even creating excuses for her that, oh, she panicked. Hey, see, that was the day I knew that we need to study psychology in this Nigeria.
If you study psychology, right, it takes you to a point where you realize that humans are irrational. They are not rational. Part of the human psychology is that humans, you cannot say that, you can put some things to words based on how you feel, but some of the things the way you feel, the reason why you even decided to think that way may not be rational. You may be faced with, you may know that this person should be, like Shay, for example, right? Shay, right? The way Shay was behaving, he should have been out of that season a long time ago, right? Shay,
Yes.
but for some reason, some people were also defending that guy. Like, so you now know that something's wrong. Like, this tells you that the society, remember, it's a social experiment, right? So it's a
Mm-hmm.
sample, it's a sample size. If you use sampling, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a reflection of how the society is, right? So that means there are people like that in the society who
Of
actually
course.
encourages bullying, even though they say they are the bully. They have a bully anti-bully campaign stuff, but they are the bully.
Mm-hmm.
You have people like that's how it is. Well, let's see how it goes. I mean, I really, yeah. So no, this is just I'm just asking for a fair shake, right? Don't give
Yeah.
anyone undue advantage, right? Even the
Mm-hmm.
so-called beauty that we talk about is relative. It's in the eyes of the
It
beholder, right?
is.
So what is relative beautiful to one person, it may not be beautiful to another person, right?
Mm-hmm.
um uh, uh, okay, have we had someone who is like a church boy or a church girl, pure church, win the show? The answer is no, right? So and the society is so apparently very religious, right? So I don't really know. Let me just keep quiet. I have to go now. Let me just keep quiet. I'll watch the show from the sites. I'll join the comment
Thank
section and all that.
you.
Yeah. All right. Thanks.
Thank you so much, David. Thank you so much for that brilliant analysis. Thank you so much. See, yeah, guys, let me tell us something between you and I, you that's listening or watching, you and I right now. Let me tell you something. And this is a fact. You might not accept it as a fact, but if you think about it, it is a fact. Do you know that for every time there's a new season of the Big Brother show, it is actually a social experiment that you as a viewer is actually undergoing, not necessarily about the housemates. You think really it's about the housemates? Well, it is about the housemates because they are the ones on TV. They are the ones that we are actually watching 24/7. They are the ones we're judging. They are the ones we're analyzing. And this is including myself. That's why I said we. They are the ones, we are analyzing. They are the ones we're judging. They are the ones we are watching closely like a hawk. They are the ones that we are scrutinizing. They are the ones that we are extending grace to and reserving our grace to. They are the ones that we are actually deciding to save or not to save. They're the ones that we're actually deciding to allow to win. They're the ones that we are deciding that no, they are not deserving, you know. But in the real sense of it all, it is you and I that is watching the show that is majorly undergoing this experiment. Yeah, because here's the thing, these people, they're inside the house, they're obviously competing for a prize, which one person will take away at the end of the season, an ultimate prize. And of course, there are other prizes to be won, right? There's consolation prizes from brands, by virtue of the task that they will do in the house weekly, so many other things that will happen. So some people might walk away. I mean, I think Shine Your Eye season was the season that had housemates that even had winning prizes that was close to the price that the actual winner got. Licoros was one housemate that got a lot of money. I can't remember how much she got, but she won millions upon millions, by virtue of the task that her team won in the house. I think is it Ilebaye also won a lot of tasks, but you can tell there's a lot of competitive things happening in the house, and there's a prize to be won for each of those competitions that come up in the house. But you and I that are out here, have you noticed how unconsciously you change your views, your perspective towards things, your definition of concepts of life, your definition of good, your definition of bad, your definition of people's behavior, human emotion, human intellect, your definition of all of these things, your definition of morals, even your definition of love, how you define things, how you view things, once the show begins, it changes. And some people have actually shocked me over time. You see people that you think that, oh my God, this person is very rational. But the moment Big Brother begins and a fave is selected, you see how it becomes a do or die affair. The housemates are inside the house doing whatever they are doing. You are out here, you are fighting like there's a war happening. There is a war happening. People are you're arguing with strangers online. Have you ever taken a step back and you have an out of body experience? You watch yourself and you look at yourself and say, wait, is my sanity still intact? Am I still myself? Or is this is this a stranger? Like, is this another version of me that's actually reacting and acting to all of these things because of the show? And hey, it's not a bad thing. Let's be honest. It's not a bad thing. Whether you are unconsciously undergoing your own social experiment whilst you are amongst the viewership of the show, it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing when you attain a very high level of enlightenment in the process. It's a good thing when, after the season, you realize that you've grown by virtue of conversations you have with people. It's a good thing when you watch the show and you see things that happen and you tell yourself, oh no, on a normal day, I wouldn't do this, or on a normal day, I would do this. But then it's a bad thing when the show ends and you realize that is if you even realize, or maybe people will even look at you and tell you that, you've changed. You've become more toxic. You've become more overbearing. You've become more hateful. You've become more of an angry person. There are people that actually deteriorate like that. Their personality becomes more stinky, like you just change. You just become a washed down version of yourself. That is where it becomes bad. It means you did not pass the experiment. Yep. And here's the very interesting part. The way you vote, the way you vote, it tells you if the experiment is actually getting to you or not. Yeah. Think about it. Think about it. That's food for thought for everybody. Think about it. This is something that I learned 3 years ago. This is something I learned 3 years ago. I noticed that when I started watching the show was really getting to me. It was, for real. It was getting to me. But gradually, I had to learn to bridle my emotions because, frankly speaking, 3 days or rather 3 months or how many 10 weeks or 11 weeks, however way whichever season happens, it's actually a long time to experience a momentary loss of yourself. You lose yourself, you lose your sanity, you become a hateful version of yourself. And then once the show is over, you look around you, nothing is the way it used to be. It's either good or bad. I don't know. But anyways, guys, that's it. This is where I'm going to stop talking right now. I don't know if there's anybody else that wants to say anything else to this conversation. I have said all what I want to say regarding this particular topic. As I mentioned, there's a video I am dropping on Monday, which is just 2 days away. So watch out. That video is going to be dropping 7 a.m. 7 a.m. WAT. So watch out for that video. I think it's a very interesting video. And of course, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. All right. But if nobody else has anything to say, I am going to have to end this live conversation right now. Thank you all so much for watching. It's been a splendid time out with all of you. It's always, always a refreshing time out having conversations with all of you. Just know that every Saturday, this is what we do here. We have live conversations, all right? We have live conversations. We discuss issues, and now we're walking into the Big Brother season. So for the next 10 weeks, we're going to be dissecting, analyzing issues, everything that happens in Big Brother's house, okay? So don't miss out. There's always, always a lot to talk about. There's always, always a lot to talk about. Other things are going to be happening in our community. I will let you all know as time goes on when the show begins, all right? But expect an abundance of updates from this channel. There's going to be an abundance of updates. And as usual, we're going to remain, unbiased, although some people do not agree. Some people think I'm always biased and forever and ever in their minds I am biased. Oh well, it's fine. Hey, I'm not going to contest whatever anybody thinks, but we're going to be here. We're going to be doing what we know how to do best. All right. And that is all. In the absence of any further contributions, that is all for this particular episode of Frankly Speaking with Gloria Elijah. The show launches on Sunday next week, 28th of this month, 7 p.m. WAT. All right. The Saturday before that Sunday, that's the day before Sunday. We're also, I mean, as usual, we're going to have our live conversation here, just to do some touch ups. And I would, of course, share the topic that we're going to discuss that day. That would be next week. So for now, that is all for this particular episode of Frankly Speaking with Gloria Elijah. Thank you all so much for watching. For those of you that came on here to speak, to share, I appreciate all of you. Thank you all so much. Thank you so much for your time, for your contribution. For those of you in the comment section, airing your views, entertaining us as well, you are very much appreciated. For those of you on Twitter, um, you know, sharing the link, join the conversation. Thank you all so much. The viewers, listeners, silent viewers, engaging listeners and viewers, thank you all very much. This is all for today. As I'll always say, be kind to yourself. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have an amazing, amazing evening. And that's all. Bye. Okay.